Tom Hanks.
All right, we's live. You ready?
Wayne's World.
Ready to go live on radio?
Wayne's World.
You ready?
Party time.
Ready? And we're live, ladies and gents.
Wayne's World.
I don't know if there's any gentlemen here.
Party time. So what's up?
I think I was just taking a deep inhale of oxygen.
I see stupid people.
I sure smell them.
Mm.
You ever think about taking a bath?
I think about it.
It's just not worth it. Huh?
No.
Okay.
No, not this early. So gonna be another beautiful day in paradise today.
The weather is insane.
Isn't
like,
it though?
come on, dude. I was talking to the wife last night. Global warming. Call Al Gore.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 95 degrees for over X number of days during the summer. Now here it is fall, and the temperatures have not really fallen. I'm going to go ride my bike today.
I mean,
I got to run some errands.
Clear, yeah. Just crystal clear out this morning or late last night, whatever you want to say. Just so you could see every star in the sky.
I hadn't even closed my pool yet. We keep making the joke about putting the top on it, but I like looking at my pool. My pool's pretty. You know what I mean? The blue water.
Oh, it's a pretty
So
pool.
right now, I've just been going out and netting some leaves and vacuuming. I mean, once that real fall, cold, windy, crappy, gray weather happens,
Which
yeah, I'll be
never
more
really does here, but
inclined to close it.
it
And
is.
when colder temperatures.
Yeah, I mean, once it gets down to freezing, which we're in the 40s in the morning.
Yeah.
40s, maybe 50s.
I'm actually going to, because I made the pool where it can disconnect. So the pump and all.
Uh-huh.
So what I'll do is when it comes, like I know in the next week or so, we joked about this Sunday maybe trying to close it. You know, what I do is I'm going to turn everything off, pop the tops, let it dry out, haul it in the house. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah.
Keep it from freezing.
I'm glad I don't have a pool.
Do what?
I'm glad I don't have a pool.
I mean, really, it's not a lot of work like everybody talks about. It sounds like a bunch of work, but it's really not.
My brother.
And then you get somebody like Jeff and Philip and Travis to come over and be like, "Look, I'll buy all the beer. Come on."
Yeah.
And he gives the guys a couple minutes to come hang out, drink beer, talk a little locker talk, grab some snatches. I hope Bella doesn't mind.
Dang, poor puppy. Poor puppy. Yeah, that dog.
As she's looking at me like, the snatch grabbing's waiting, Daddy.
That poor puppy.
The closest thing she wants you is to like scratch the top of her butt,
Yeah.
her back area before her tail.
Yeah, okay, whatever. That was weird.
Yeah, I know all this got super weird.
That just got weird. So, hey, yesterday, did you see that picture Casey posted about week 2 of early voting?
No.
Holy smokes, they were all the way down the street over there in Newton County, which is great.
That's
news.
good.
Yeah.
I've still not gone. I think I'll go do that today.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
I think that's what I'll do today is go vote.
You're lying, but that's nice.
Why am I lying?
I don't know, because you said you're going to go ride your motorcycle.
Well, I am. I'm going to ride my motorcycle over there.
Then I looked over at you and you said, "Well, I have errands to do."
Are they gonna tell me that I can't come in there with my Blue Lives Matter shirt?
They're going to tell you that you can't go in there with assless chaps on. I just thought I'd throw that in
because you're that dumbass.
there.
You people and your assless chap show. No, but really, I mean, do you think they're going to try to tell me I can't wear that shirt in there?
Why would they?
I don't know. Well, I didn't think they'd not make a cake either. I mean,
yeah. Well, no, I don't see that happening. I think you'll be okay.
You think?
I think you'll be okay. I think you should go for it.
I think I'm going to give it a whirl.
I think you should go in there wearing a shirt that says "Hillary sucks."
Well, it would actually say "Hillary sucks, Bill swallows."
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I'm good with that. I'm good.
If you're going to,
Yep.
If you're going to go out like that.
I just, just watching some of this stuff yesterday. Again, not trying to get you riled up early, but I just don't get it. Now I talked to 2 people yesterday that were willing to call
Only
in.
2?
Well, they're willing to call in to discuss their democratic beliefs. But I'm going to wait till Casey gets here before I try to get in touch with him.
No, because Casey don't need to be in the middle of that. He doesn't need to be in the middle of any of our political type conversations. No.
Okay.
He
Then
can't. He can't be. He don't want to
okay.
be.
I won't call it all then.
Why?
It's way too early for him right now.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's a whole different situation. I mean, you can call when he's here. He just can't really jump in. He's doing his own thing too.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I made a post about this morning, and it just blows my mind. So I don't understand. I'm not trying to say, Jeff Mathias, we need to talk.
Yeah, Jeff.
On a commercial, when we go to a commercial, you need to call my cell phone, not the studio cell phone.
Yeah,
and then
Jeff.
that post you just told me, you just text me, we'll talk about.
Yeah, Jeff. I don't have an idea. I don't have.
You have no clue, Mike. So my point was going to be is I go reading Facebook this morning. Used to I made all these great positive things. Well, because I would read stuff and it'd give me inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Now I read so much just crap, man.
Who knows, right?
Facebook should be fight book. Like everybody is fighting. So I start noticing a trend. I don't care whether you vote D or vote R. I'm so sick of the Democrat, Republican. But here's what I am going to say, and I'm going to throw a label on it when I say it. The Democrats. That's what I'm seeing is Democrats. The Democrats, hold on, caller. The Democrats, here's what I saw. I saw somebody post some Trump stuff on their own page. A black male that this white girl did not even know went on her page and just starts attacking.
Yeah, attack. Yeah, I believe it.
And she's like she even said, dude, I don't even know you. Yeah. And I said, you don't have to defend yourself to this guy at all. Problem is, I know the guy. Right. I mean,
But still, I mean.
But the Democrats, why are you attacking other people? I mean, Mike said it, or is it, and I don't direct this because I know this particular guy, but this is something Mike said earlier. Is it because you're too dumb to post something intelligent on your own page, so you're going to go to somebody else's page and attack them?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. You may feel that you're entitled. Go vote in Bernie Sanders if you want. You may feel that you're entitled to do stuff, but it doesn't entitle you to go to somebody else's page and start attacking. You go to your page and post as much stupid Hillary Clinton crap as you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
But why? That's what here's what I'm beginning to see. What I'm beginning to see, and people can say it's just my point of view. That's great. I got the microphone. You don't. I'm beginning to see that a lot of the Democrats are the ones that are nasty and attacking people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean you come egg my house.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. Caller, what do you got going on?
djscottie for president.
Yeah, man.
Stop
I would be all for it right now. Them bitches wouldn't get my tax returns either.
No, I would never turn in my tax returns.
That's the whole reason I didn't run for county commissioner. I mean, there was tons of people asking me, and I'm like, no, because you're not invading my personal life.
Yeah.
If I'm supposed to be here to help, with the county, that doesn't give you entitlement to go digging through my history and digging through my past and trying to go through my taxes, because all of that's irrelevant.
If I'm the best choice for the position,
what you just said, Scott, all that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
So you got Trump with his history and issues with the women. You get Hillary with her Benghazi and emails and everything else. It's all history.
Well,
right.
The problem with it. Wait, but don't be an idiot. Hillary has committed crimes. Hillary's actually committed crimes against the people, which makes her no better than Hitler.
Yeah. Now, I mean,
there's a huge difference of a guy that filed bankruptcy of one of dozens of companies he owns. Hell, if I went and opened some huge company and it bankrupt, we would have to do it because that's what the tax people grant you is a way to bankrupt. You actually worked how many years for a company that just folded, Jeff?
Yeah.
Yep.
So does that make your boss a horrible person?
After that company just bought a major manufacturer here within the last year of us closing, the corporation that owned us bought one of the biggest manufacturers that got 17 different factories across the world. Agtona was one of our main vendors for the longest time. I mean, quality that's a little higher end than IKEA, but the price for people like you and I, they can't go out and buy Italian furniture, freaking $10,000 leather, stuff like that. So it was a good product for the price.
But
so they got that kind of money to buy that vendor with 17 factories around the world, China, Denmark, and everything else. But then our company, they can't help out.
Well, but they still have the right to do it.
Exactly.
Because it's granted.
I understand every branch and every company's got to make their own money. You can't have one store in New York supporting another one out in California because that one in California ain't doing business.
Right.
So, I mean, I see that. I mean, it happens, but it was a little disappointing because the founder of the company that owned us, he's the 5th richest guy in Denmark. I mean, so can you imagine being the 5th richest guy in the country?
No, I can't imagine being the 2nd richest guy in the room. Well, it's me, Mike, and the dog, and then she's rich more compared to us.
The dog probably gets better benefits than I do.
When he started his company, which was called Yisk Bed and Linen, it's a Bed Bath and Beyond in Europe.
Wouldn't that be Bed Bath and Beyond?
Beyond?
Come on, that was funny.
But he advertised like crazy, and we couldn't get him to drop a dime into our company for advertising. I think that was kind of our downfall. They kept advertising to our same customers. Our customers knew we were there, so when they wanted furniture, they came back to us. It's the new customers that we needed to increase the business.
Right.
So, I mean, it happens. But
okay.
When I call you on break, don't forget you got that delay. So
yes. So in other words, when you hear the commercial, that's when you call. Because it'd be 2 commercials and a song. So that would give you, once you hear the commercial, that means 30 seconds has passed of reality, but that still gives you 30 seconds plus a 2-minute and some odd song.
Well, I still struggle with reality.
Yes, you sure do.
Yeah. Guess what? We knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that. That's why I'm going to put a 7-minute song on, because it takes you so long to
Stairway to
get
Heaven.
reality. He'll get 4 minutes into the song, and then he'll be like, oh my God, I was supposed to call.
Stairway to
Heaven, Stranglehold, Green Grass, and High Tides.
Yeah, you've been smoking some green grass this morning, homie.
Nah, just now starting my coffee, dude. I've been up since about 5:30. So,
all right, brother.
Trying to get motivated for today.
Do your thing. Hit us back.
Will do, man, and hopefully, soon Mike will be funny.
Well,
here in about another minute.
Things can happen.
As soon as the phone hangs up, Mike.
Yeah, man.
As soon as the phone hangs up.
Things can happen.
As soon as you stop sucking the life out of this conversation, I'll be funny.
Okay, will do. I'll let you go then.
All right, man. See you later.
Then. Bye, guys.
All right.
See how funny that was. Yeah, I feel better.
How you like that? I don't know that I like that blinking. You see it on our screen?
Yeah, man. I think it's kind of cool.
I think it's distracting.
But not to us.
Yeah, not to us because you can't see it. So the question is, do we go with that one?
No, I like the other one. I like the blinky. Go blinky. Go blinky. Go blinky.
But you seem like that guy how you like that one? That's back to the normal.
Yeah, I don't like that one.
Oh my gosh. Can't please never mind. So you don't
like
that?
Remember your assigned voting dates, okay? It'd be November 8th for Republican, November 9th for Democrats.
Well, my whole thing, like I said, is I'm not trying to be a douche nugget. My problem again just comes back to I can't believe how rude people are being. That's my personal opinion.
Does it bother you when you see that?
It bothers me when I know the person who's doing it.
Who's being rude?
Yes.
Wow. See, I would have thought for you, it would have been the person that was being attacked.
No. Wait. How you the way you worded it.
I know.
Are you asking me, does it bother me that the person's being attacked? Yes, it bothers me. And what I'm saying is the reason it really bothers me is I know the attacker. Does that make sense? Okay. In one aspect, Mike, since I got to dumb it down for you, is apparently if the female in this particular case, the female was on my page, and it was somebody I had done her wedding, and her dad's, you know, they own a business that's very big in the Rockdale, Conyers, Covington area. Everybody knows this family. So did it bother me to see her get attacked? Yes. She went on her own page and posted what she wanted to post on her own page. Did it bother me that somebody I knew, who's generally a nice guy, did it bother me that he went to her page and started running the mouth? Yes. Yes, that bothers me for two reasons. A, who does that? Why? just because he did not agree with her doesn't give him the right to go over there and attack her on her own page.
Dang, that was a lot of him and Han.
He has no rights doing that. We don't go to his page and attack him. Why would he go to somebody else's page? Facebook has become a battlefield of ignorance. Just because you believe you know more than somebody doesn't give you the right to go to their page to try to show off that you think you know something. There's a line that you don't cross. I've always said there's an invisible line with me that you don't cross. Back in my construction days, I didn't even have to tell you where the line was. You would see me with a pipe bender or a 28-ounce frame and hammer in my hand. You knew where the damn line was. It's frame and hammer plus 3 foot of arm means you stayed 4 feet away from me. Pipe bender, 4 feet long, 3 foot arms means you stayed 7 feet away from me.
Dang.
And these objects can fly, so you might want to stay 30 feet away from me. I don't understand how people can just cross these lines and not be smart enough about it.
Dang. There's a lot.
Hey, if I don't shit in your front yard, you don't shit in mine.
Really?
You remember the expression? I'm cussing, but I'm just before 8 o'clock. Remember the expression? There won't be no shit. You don't start no shit.
Well, no SH. There won't be no IT.
So I'm just using that as an example. I'm not angry at all. I came downstairs and hugged Mike. Mike wanted to know what was wrong. Just for fun.
Hello.
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 Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Look, I just want to chime in just a second, and I'm not doing this to be opposing to DJ Scottie, but or chime in, should I say, on the whole Facebook stuff. The posting, people coming on your posts, I get what you're saying as far as coming on and being disrespectful on your posts, but whenever we post things on social media pages, we are opening ourselves up for ridicule. We are basically, that's what social media does. It allows people to basically give you their opinion as well on your, because that's freedom of speech.
That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, but your freedom of speech is yours on your page, not mine.
Once you put it out there on social media, we have opened ourselves up for other people's opinions. That's why it's public. Now, if you don't like something that someone else is saying on your page, we have the power to not allow them on our page.
Yes, that's right. But, remove them like the bad dog that keeps pissing on the bed.
Yep.
Get rid of them. Yep. See, the difference is this. Here's the difference with me and my wife. Somebody comes to my wife's house and throws eggs. First time, she goes out and cleans it up and says, I can't believe this happened. The second time, oh, this is horrible. The third time, this is going to have to come to a stop. The fourth time, she might say something. Me, you come to my house, egg it one time, I look at you and go, do it again, you're going to hate yourself. You come back the second time and egg my house, I look at you and go, it's on. I go to your house with cinder blocks and start throwing them through your window. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, sort of, but I just feel like once I allow them to get under my skin, then I'm letting them win. So
right.
Typically, I just don't. I mean,
but it's just like the idiot. It's just like the idiot that carried the sign and kept screaming all the kids were going to go. All the kids were whores. All the little girls were whores. He was so mad because I would never say his name over this radio. I would never share any of his information, and that made him more mad than me calling him an idiot. Does that make sense? I took away his power.
I have to give you mad props for that, because you actually controlled yourself in that situation. But at the same time, that to me was a little bit different, because him standing out there carrying himself the way he did even made me want really, really badly to go, not necessarily on social media, but to his face at that very moment. I wanted to be that person, but again, you just can't lower yourself to other people's standards
But
sometimes.
I can.
Yeah, but here's where my wife hasn't come to the terminology of. My wife's page numbers has grown by the thousands because she's the first lady of Just for Fun.
That's
she
not the only reason.
no woman, but what you're not understanding though is you have two people on your page that constantly want to push the envelope. The difference of me and you, they want to start all that drama on my page because they want everybody to see that they got the balls to do it. They are smarter than DJ Scottie. They want everybody to see that's how they feel. Because what? Senators are watching my page, commissioners are watching my page, police officers are watching my page. They want to get their name out like that. Well, it's just like the flying monkey. What made him more mad than me screaming at him is not allowing him to get his name out there. Well, in your case, it's very similar. You let these two douchebag girls get on your page and just start trouble. I'm not going to watch people fight on my page. If they're going to fight, they're not fighting on my page because I'm not giving them.
I haven't seen any fighting.
No, hello, comparing yours and mine. They fight on my page because I watch them get smart with each other, and then I end up having two friends that don't even really know each other starting to dog each other out on Facebook. All I'm trying to say is these two people that are always starting crap on your page, they're using you as the avenue. They're using you as their way of getting their face out there, getting their name out there. They're using the avenue that we've built and we created to spew their poison. And I'm not going to do that.
I don't know about all that. I think they're just those people that I think they do that on everybody's page.
But you're not going to use Just for Fun to do it. That's my point. They're using you to have a larger avenue.
When they start doing it on Just for Fun radio page, then I guess they'll have themselves a different battle. But I personally like to come at them with in a different direction that just makes them. Eventually, they just stop because they're like, "My gosh, I don't know what else to say. This girl has pretty much made me look stupid in front of the world." So
right,
it's all good. And
that's the thing is they're just using what we've built as a larger form for people to see.
On a better note,
instead of 500 people seeing it, they're seeing 5,000. Does that make sense? Bye, honey.
So Just for Fun radio. Oh, she's got a mouthful of honey bun, but that was Just for Fun radio. Everybody have a great day. I just had to comment on that because I don't know, I felt like it.
Well, that was cool. Right. Thank you.
Well, have a good day.
Have a great day. I love you.
Thank you.
I love you too.
I was gonna say bye-bye.
Well, so that's my point, is they want to use the avenue that we've made to spew their poison. And I'm not going to get into that. When I watched a female get attacked on her own page because of a Democrat, no, I'm not letting what I've built become their avenue for spreading their poison. Just like if I put a charity together and we put 300 people on that square, then to me, if I'm part of what put the 300 people there, then that means I'm responsible for those 300 people. And what's the old saying? You take home the girl you took to the dance. If you took her to the dance, you're responsible for her while she's at the dance, and then you take her home. If I brought 300 people to the square and the crazy flying monkey comes out there and starts screaming at all these ladies and their kids, calling them whores, I'm responsible for those 300 people. If I wouldn't have put those 300 people there, this flying monkey could not have been screaming at her. Same thing with my post. If I post something and it's not really starting a fight, and then some Democrat comes over there and starts cussing some person I know, I feel that it's my responsibility. My post created it. My post created the problem that's allowed this vamp to come in here and start taking their little spew of poison and hatred out on somebody. So I stop it. I'm a stopper. I'm sorry. I've always been the guy that's been fixing stuff. And I'm always going to be that guy. I just can't believe the mentality that people have stepped themselves to, hiding behind Facebook. You do realize you still have to live in this town. You still have to go to the same, well, you don't have to go to the same meetings, but I see you at the meetings. You know, I see, it just trips me out. You can't be this vicious, nasty, disgusting person to somebody. And I'm not saying this about the guy I know, I mean in general. You can't be mean and disgusting to somebody on Facebook and then expect to see them at the bingo or the Dollar General or at the gas station and walk up and go, hey, how's it going? Because you know what? If you are that ass to me, when I see you having a flat tire on the side of the road and it's pouring down raining, I drive past you.
Absolutely.
And I don't care if I'm not throwing my hand up to block my face so you can't see it's me. I may even roll the window down and smile at you. But if you've ever been nasty to me, I did drive past you.
By me when I was walking down.
I honked. I wanted you to know I saw you.
Wow. Yeah, that hurt a little bit.
Hey, it is what it is.
Wow.
People have to realize there is and always will be a reaction for every action. You know, there will always be. You know, people have said to me, Scottie, you know, you've talked all this smack about this or that, and you raise hell about the commissioners, and you do this, don't you? Are you afraid they're ever going to come at you? Am I concerned they may? Yeah. Should they? Yeah. Not if they're smart, they shouldn't.
Well,
that's the good thing about having dirt on people.
Well, I don't know. You're going negative with all this.
No, I'm using the don't come at me. I'm telling you, there won't be no sheet if you don't start no sheet.
I know, but we're generally well liked.
Yes, I'm not saying we're not.
I know, but you're talking about, you know, having to have dirt on people, and that's why.
No, I'm using examples, Mike. Do I need to pick up my little piece of paper? I need somebody to make me an example board. So every time I go to using a word in an example sort of way, that I need to hold the sign up, because Mike's so busy looking at girls on his pad, he's not even paying attention.
I'm not.
That is a trance, dude. That could go. I see what you're looking at.
I'm not. I'm freaking looking at stuff for the advertisement. So hush. You don't know what I'm looking at. Just see, you're just being mean. Now you're lashing out at me. And everybody knows I'm a great big teddy bear.
Did you hear that on Dr. Phil My Crotch?
Look at that. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. That has nothing to do with the show, but sure, keep going.
Well, you were going off on people.
Sure, keep going.
See, I think the difference.
It's called filling in the damn airtime because you're not talking.
Well, you and Crystal were going to town there, so I let that pass over. But here's the thing.
This is why we got to have 3 people. So when he tunes out, and him and Stephanie both, they start playing with their phones or their pads, and then they go somewhere else.
Well, no, I was looking for some stories here to talk about a little bit, but I mean, let's be realistic. There's a huge difference between how you handle this stuff and how I handle this stuff. And the difference is really the seating, you know. Let's be realistic. One, you're in the limelight 1,000-fold more than I am. So you've got to project yourself a certain way. I'm the idiot sidekick. You see what I'm saying? And with my demeanor, my size.
Did you really just finally acknowledge it?
No, everybody knows. I've been this way my whole life. I've always been I'm not the funniest guy in the room. I'm the second funniest guy in the room that supports the guy in the room. But the thing about it is and coming on 2 years with you, doing this show every morning, I can tell you this is that you're extremely passionate about what you do, and that's great. That's what carries this show through the tough times. And you rarely take, all the credit for when it's doing well. You sure do take all the responsibility when it's doing bad. But the thing about it is that I don't have to do it like you do. So I can jump in there without an example sign. You see what I'm saying?
I know, but every time I say something, you go, wow. So I feel like I need to hold a sign up now. It says, example.
You know as well as I know that I absolutely.
I am the king of analogies. I want to paint the image and let you see it and go, oh, and then I'm going to take it. And it's like taking a fork and putting in your spaghetti and you got to spin it around on the noodle. I'm going to put the fork in. I'm going to spin it around a little bit. And then you're going to go, oh, now I see his point.
That's why you should eat with a spoon. But
so here you go. Are you done?
No, I don't. When I see these arguments, I know that when you see these arguments, we've had this discussion before. You like to delete these people, and especially if they're
well, my thing is I always root for the underdog, and I hate when I see the nice, quiet person in the room getting attacked by the loud, aggressive person in the room.
Yeah,
like that's no.
Now, do you put a stop to it, or
yes,
do you
I put a
join
stop
in?
to it. Oh, I'll sometimes I may join in for a minute, but I put a stop to it.
Yeah,
I can't tell you how many times I went on my wife's page, and I'll watch these biatches go back and forth, and I make a comment like, "I don't see any of y'all ever coming to my page and do that." My wife sure puts up with more than I do, and then it stops. These two just shut the front door. They just shut up because they know at that point they've hit my radar. Because I'll cuss you. If I have to, I'll cuss you. You're not going to disrespect my wife.
Right. I understand that. But what I'm saying mainly is I will start an argument and I will, well,
then I need to start tagging you and all these stupid people.
Yeah, let me go.
Because I just shut them down.
You know
so listen, I got to read this and I find it to be an oxymoron, not from a moron. But that's a joke, y'all. It's a morning show. Relax. But this is funny because this is an opinion. This text message is an opinion, and the way it's worded and the way I take it. Watch this.
All right, go ahead.
Just to play devil's advocate, if you accept a friend's request, aren't you by default inviting that friend to post their personal opinion?
Yes.
Well, is that your opinion? Because
I mean, I agree.
You can have your personal opinion. You just won't argue with me. It's kind of like if we're riding in my van. If we're riding in my van and I say, Mike, where you want to go to eat lunch? And he says, Chuck E. Cheese. I'm going to be like, not happening.
So why'd you ask me?
Doesn't matter. I was being polite. My van, I'm not driving to Chuck E. Cheese.
Scottie.
Sorry.
Scott.
There's one thing in this world I want every single person to walk away with from this conversation. It's called self-empowerment. If anything involves you, you have a right to decide what you will tolerate and what you will not tolerate. I made a decision a long time ago. I was dating a crazy biatch, and I was along for the ride, apparently. And I watched how her and her kids treated me. And I finally stood up one day and said, you know what? If this involves me, then I should have a right to have a say-so. If this involves me, then my opinion should matter. If this involves me, I get to make a good choice, a good decision on my behalf. It's my page. Take your toys and go to hell home. You're not playing with my Tonka toys no more. It's that simple. People have to generally understand this rule.
Doesn't that apply to me too, though?
If you don't like it, what have I told you before?
I don't know.
There's the door.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not being sarcastic. I'm using this to point to examples. Where's my sign?
But
everybody should have a say-so. If you're in a relationship with a girl and she's treating you bad, don't you have a right to say no more? No more. I'm standing up for myself. No more.
If somebody asks you what you want for lunch and you tell them, isn't that your right?
That's your right. If we were in your car, you could force me to go there because that should be you driving.
Oh, but who does that?
If it's my vehicle and I don't want to go there, I guarantee that my vehicle will not drive that direction.
Why would you ask then?
It doesn't matter. I was using it as an example, Mike. Are you really hung on this food part? Well, you are hung on the food.
I'm a fat guy. Fat guy talk about food.
Just for fun.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on, my brother?
Bail me out, man.
So let me ask you a question.
Wait, is this your opinion?
I got a tumor today.
I'm just kidding with you. I'm just kidding with you.
Yeah, I know. Some of this obviously is going to be opinion. But you know what? That's what makes a radio show good, right?
Yes,
it's
exactly. Exactly. I can't get Stephanie. Hold on, wait. Stephanie, what's your opinion? Yeah, she's not here, but that's the same opinion I would have got if she was.
But that's what makes a show great.
God,
People
yes.
have different opinions.
Yes.
You get all sides of the story.
And I want everybody's point of view.
Okay.
Even if I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like yours, Alex.
Come on, Alex. I'm sorry.
If you don't want to hear it.
But what you appear to be saying is you don't want to hear it on your Facebook page.
No, but here's what gets me is if me and Alex are the kings of this. We may disagree, and we may even yell at one another. Well, I don't know that we've ever done that though.
No, that's me and you.
We may get me and Alex may get loud with one another, but at the end of the day, I'm still hugging Alex. Me and Alex know it's just a debate over something, but exactly. You don't see me go to Alex's page and start just totally being an ass to him or his people, because that's not fair.
Right. I'm like you. You'll say something, you'll take an opposing position just to try to get people to think a different way. I'll do the same thing.
Yes.
Like I said, I'll play devil's
advocate. Right.
I may not agree with what I'm saying, but I'll say it just so a differing opinion is out there to get people to think about it in a different way. That, I think, is good debate. Now, just coming onto somebody's page to start a fight, that's a pain in the ass.
Oh, God, yeah.
It's also a Democrat.
Oh, yeah, like one of the girls that comes on, I almost said her name. One of the girls that comes on my wife's page.
Say it, man. That's what I'm saying.
Has caused so much controversy. I deleted her because I don't want to see her spewing crap on my page.
Say it.
Then I see... there's another girl that I've deleted her a dozen times over the last 7 years, 6 years. She keeps coming back because, she'll get stupid and I get rid of her for a while. And she's one of my wife's friends.
Yeah.
But the whole arguing on my wife's post, it's like, okay, here's what I visualize. I'm sitting at a table right now where usually we sit in a triangle. In other words, I got person to my left, person to my right, and they're facing each other, and I'm facing. So I envision this as I'm doing a table tennis. I'm sitting on the white stripe, and I'm watching these two go click, 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 and they're hitting the balls back and forth. My problem is on Facebook, that's what it looks like when I have two of my friends that start talking smack to each other.
Yeah,
but once a paddle gets thrown, it's over. The game's over. You got to go.
At that point, you become the referee, and you end up having to jump in. And it's a pain in the ass sometimes on Facebook because it always becomes a battle of, well, I'm going to have the last word.
And then each individual is sending me a message. And I'm like, I'm sorry he said that. Oh, my God, I'm sorry she said that. Yes, you're right. He was wrong for going there. Yes, she was wrong for going there. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you two, aren't you adults? So I end up deleting the whole post because I don't want to deal with it. Why? Yeah. Your ignorance just caused me all this grief.
Yeah, I hear you. It can be frustrating and annoying. But, there's one thing to be said for a healthy debate. There's another thing to be said for a pissing match.
That's right. And that's right. And, sometimes, like you said, we have to, the business we're in, the way we do things, we have to cause not some controversy, but we need you to see it from a different perspective. But the problem is when people, okay, here's what I've noticed with some of the Democrats lately. They don't want to see it different. And if you say anything that totally disagrees with them, they take it as a personal vendetta to prove they're not stupid. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's just like every time I have a conversation and somebody speaks about Hillary, the first thing I shut it down because the first thing I say is she's a crook. She killed a bunch of Americans. She should be in prison. But look what good stuff she's done in our country. What? I can't see what she's done in our country because I watched what she did to some American citizens in another country.
Yeah.
Right. Well, these days people are out to change your mind.
Yes.
It's not good enough to just state your opinion and move on. They insist on trying to change your mind. That's never going to happen. Well, in rare occasions it might happen, but for the most part, people know what they want. They know what they're going to do, and fighting with them isn't going to change their mind. In fact, it will make them more determined to stand their ground. And,
right.
And
I don't have a problem with the Democrat. I mean, Oz, no, not a problem. Right. Sharon Henderson, lovely lady. The voting D matters not a bit to me on this scale. I'm only picking on the whole Hillary crap. I don't care if she could turn water into wine, I would not care, because if she has that kind of power, I need her to give back a heartbeat to these poor military people that lost their lives.
Yeah, but you don't hate Hillary Clinton because she's a Democrat.
I hate her because of who she is.
Yeah. You don't hate her Democratic
Yes,
views.
it's not her Democratic view. She's an idiot.
Right.
Period.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like her because, well, number one, she's a Democrat, and number two, she's a criminal.
See, he went right for the D word.
I did. I'm a conservative. I make no bones about it.
It's just funny.
But of course, I listen to, or at least I try to listen to all sides.
Right.
As I like reasonable opinion.
Yeah.
But when it turns into a pissing match, that's when I say, you know what, enough's enough.
Yeah, and that's exactly my mentality. Is
Enough's
once
enough.
it becomes stupid.
We rarely change each other's minds. Although I did with Amendment 2, ballot initiative number 2, which is the one that imposes the fines on adult entertainment businesses for no reason. I was able to post some information that did change somebody's mind. They're now going to vote against Amendment 2. They've realized that it is a very it's anti-American, if you ask me.
Right.
So, sometimes posting information gets a good result.
Right. Well, the biggest thing is try to make sure people can see a bigger view. That peripheral vision. I try to tell people, if you have great eyesight, you can see left, you can see right, even if your eyes are facing straight. But when you only see that narrow 15 degrees, you're an idiot.
Exactly.
You are a mindless lamb that's getting moved with the herd for the slaughter.
Exactly.
Or Mike's bedroom.
I say I'm a conservative and I make no bones about it, but I also, there are a lot of things on the more to the left or in the center that I'm very passionate about as well. So I like to see all sides of all arguments and try to come to a reasonable balance.
Right.
Some people can't do that, and you end up with fights on your Facebook page.
Yes, that's exactly right. I can't wait for all the election stuff to just be done and over with.
Yeah. Well, imagine how boring it would be, Scott, if we all just agreed with each other.
Oh, I'm with you. I just want some funny back. You know what I mean?
That's right.
But everybody stays so irritated. It's like we just keep putting more peroxide on this deep wound because it stays so infected. It just blows my mind.
You're right. That's true.
I'm still funny.
It'll be over soon.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Thanks for calling in. We got to hit that commercial. See you later.
See you.
All right, bye. All right, you guys, we got to go to a commercial. We went over a little bit. We'll be right back.
Jeff Matthias,
call.
Hey, Case. Hey, what's up, man? Apparently, Scotty's blood pressure, but other than that, we're good. I put too much gloopy. Huh? I put too much goopy stuff in
I was
my
just
hair.
trying to leave you out of that part.
Way too much goopiness in my hair. Wasn't that funny what I said? Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Yeah, Democrats vote on December 9th or November 9th. So are we going to do 2 different broadcasts, or are we just going to do one broadcast? Stop it. I don't know. I think merging together would be better. That way I can make jokes and stuff like that. Hello. Hello. What? 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 It's bright. You want me to know? Bitch. What's up, man?
Doing?
Man, the weirdest thing, man. I can't seem to get my sleep and eating right. And I feel like somebody beat me with a damn stick.
Weather?
I know.
I get insomnia really bad. And it's
I mean,
usually
I
change
have
of weather.
insomnia, but I know how to deal with it. I generally can't tie more than a couple hours together. Haven't been able to for years. But morning.
That blood work and all?
Huh?
You got blood work and all? Maybe time for some blood work.
Oh, I just had some, yeah. Had some blood work done with the prostate and the colonoscopy and all that stuff. Has some x-rays there. Takes the VA forever to get back. This thing on my head's bothering me. When it does bother me, it hurts. So too much freaking, or just aspirin and Tylenol. And then if I take too many goodie powders, I get the hee hee hee.
Oh yeah.
And then last night I did something. It's just ate a huge freaking. I'll just say a friend came by last night. Left, I was hungry. Been miserable all night. Probably gonna base this one on the food. But I did sleep good, but this morning. And see, I love coffee. Feet of a crapper.
Oh.
It rips through me like a bullet train. And but like tonight, that show tonight.
I'm trying to get Victor the information, so I think.
Okay, good. So we'll have some fun tonight, and other than that, man, we're gonna go home and get.
Did you say you're gonna go home and get naked?
I can get naked right here.
Oh God, that's scary.
I'll
My
do
feet are cold. I'm standing outside on that concrete. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Door open.
Huh?
Left door open.
Him and his menopause. Get on that microphone, headphones.
Air.
And
Air.
we're back in Military Mike,
I want
Mr.
air.
Unprofessional, Mr.
Air.
What?
Hats on.
What?
Air.
What?
Why can't we have moving air in here?
We do.
You do every time you open your mouth.
Oh.
That's a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one.
All right. Yeah. About 2 more hours.
Have you went and stalked his page lately? I seen him with a really cute blonde last night. Some
I'm
pictures.
always with somebody.
Could you please reword that, sir? Redefine that.
Blonde. Okay.
Because that really made it sound like
so creepy. It
it
kinda
goes.
some mic there, didn't I?
It sounded like what
Yeah.
the joke Mike makes every day about you.
I know,
That's kind of
true. Yeah.
You know what's the best thing about that?
I'm always with a lovely blonde hair lady. That could have been the correct way to
you're
word
right,
that.
you're right,
Is she
you're
listening by chance? 'Cause
Yes, she is.
she's now going to put a
I know,
GPS
right?
tracker on your phone.
He's always with a different blonde-headed lady. My number is 678-849.
Everybody has your number.
I know.
Yeah, remember you were mad because it was
Yeah.
posted somewhere.
Yeah. What's up with that?
It's already
It's
everywhere.
already everywhere.
I bet
Yeah.
you every truck stop from here to Florida's got your
Oh,
phone
yeah.
number.
I might have missed a few. Oh, never mind.
And roast area.
Look, I saw a picture the other day. This is just funny. So I see this picture, and it was like somebody like me driving by the gas station.
What?
So it was a truck stop.
Was there a little kid in the back window going, danger, stranger, danger, stranger?
There was a freaking orange Peterbilt. He's got the window down, and he's leaning his head out a little bit, and he's talking down to this worn. This woman looked like she'd been 7 days ridden, 1 day rest. And it's like, imagine what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That was kind of gross. The way you just said
I
that.
mean,
Damn, Scott.
what in the world could they be talking about?
This is a family show.
Like this
Is it 9
woman's,
o'clock yet?
you
I don't
can
wanna
tell,
know what
you
she's
can
talking
tell
about.
this woman is
Scotty!
under budgetly paid.
Yep. You can tell this woman came in under budget on her wardrobe.
Yeah, something came in under budget.
Oh my
You
God.
said it,
Oh,
Mike.
get this. I bet you that woman came in under budget on her toothpaste. That's
it.
That's funny stuff.
That was-
That woman was flossing with a shoestring, dude.
Ooh.
Mouth looked like a garbage disposal.
Wow.
But you get my point.
Yeah,
Like,
you're picking on.
you
freaking
see this woman, and what you see is you see the street, which is asphalt.
Street.
You see a concrete,
There you go.
curb line, about 3 foot of grass,
Mhm.
and then the parking lot where she's standing. I mean, they are on the main road, and it's like, I wonder what they're talking about.
Yep.
Come on.
What are they talking about? Since I don't.
Did
I
your
don't
son complete the spelling bee this year, Bob?
use it in a sentence?
So it's
Get
just
it?
funny.
Bob.
Yeah, I know exactly what you meant.
So what were they talking about? Just
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a trucker.
she was looking for directions to the Waffle
That's
House
right.
that was next door.
So I don't get it.
Never mind.
Whatever.
Well, what were you talking about? What were
And
they
hey,
talking
when
about,
you go
Scotty?
down to Noon and Harley, we made that joke last year going to see the Fragile Kids event, plugged for this event. We stop at the truck stop. When you get off the exit, you take a right. There's a gas station on the left. So me, Philip Snow,
What were
and
y'all
he knows a
doing?
lot
and
about this.
his kids were all going into the truck stop, and the lot lizards are standing outside the truck stops. So now his youngest was probably like 11 at that time. The oldest was probably about 14 at that time. And as we come walking out, his oldest goes, "Daddy, what's them girls just sitting there for?" And Philip's like, "Son, you can tell you're at that age where you don't quite know yet. A couple more years, you'll know exactly what them
why
girls
they're
are
there.
doing."
Exactly.
Yes, Mike.
What's a lot lizard? What's everybody giggling about? What's a lot lizard? Come on, you brought it up. Let's hear it.
A hooker.
A hooker?
A hooker
Yeah.
is a lot lizard.
Why was Little Richard's kids trying to pick
Not
up a
Little
hooker?
Richards. It was
That was
Philip
Philip
Snow's oldest son was asking what she was doing. And she was like Hispanic. And it was
Wow.
it was weather like today where it's a little cold.
Yeah.
So she had on a really short blue jean skirt with fishnet stockings that had like huge
Dang.
rips in them. And it's just like, come on, man. You might as well have a blinking sign that says hot, fresh,
Oh my
like it was
God.
Krispy Kreme. Because trust me, that shit got glazed.
Scotty!
I shouldn't have said it, but it's 8:30. I had to.
Oh my God. I can't believe you said that, Scotty.
Which part? Did I cuss?
No, the glaze part.
I shouldn't have cussed. I apologize.
I cannot imagine.
At least he apologized.
I apologize.
That makes it better because he apologized.
Yeah, I apologized.
Man, talking about glazing prostitutes. and Philip Snow's kids were doing it.
I'm telling you, Philip Snow's son was like, "Hey, Daddy, what's the girls just doing?" I mean, come on, boy. I bet you now that he's a senior, I bet you he
he
knows
knows
what
now.
they were
Yeah, he
doing.
definitely
I
does.
guarantee it.
It's funny when they were in between that age
Yeah.
where they just didn't know.
Yeah, they knew. Yeah. It's just like my 13-year-old son. He'll act like he doesn't know, but he knows. I hear when they were like 9 years old and they were on PlayStation talking to each other.
Oh,
I
yeah.
heard what they were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were making me freaking blush. So, yeah.
That must have been bad then.
It was. Man, I tell you what, there used to be this little kid from England, and it wasn't Alex, but it was a little black kid from England. Let me tell you something. That kid could string them together, buddy. I'd get on there and start. I used to use this little voice, like another kid. And
What?
What?
Get off me,
Wait.
Daddy!
No, I'd go like this.
Why?
Isn't that weird?
I was actually doing the voice last night, which is kind of weird. But
He's the fat guy from Subway over here.
Watch. This is the voice I do. I'd go, "Hey, mom," and I was trying to do like Cartman, and the kid would go, "Oh, you told see your mom," and I'd go, "Mom, there's this kid. He's got a stupid voice. He sounds like he's from I don't know where he's from," and I'd do all that stuff, and the kid would get pissed off. And he'd start going, "Yeah, wanker. Yeah, that's
You're a
why
wanker."
you guys don't even know what real football is and all that other stuff." And I'd be like, and doing all that crap. And he used to get pissed off to a point where then he would start cussing. And once this little kid started cussing, man, it was everything my family could do not to die laughing. All of us, the adults,
How
Ken
old was
Morgan,
the other kid?
maybe 10. I don't know. But my kids would be, we'd have tears rolling down our face. My son Max would be dying laughing. My daughter, everybody. And I could just get this kid. I just keep needling him and needling him and needling him. We wouldn't even be talking about the game anymore. You see what I'm saying? I would have him so riled up. I think that's what Facebook should go to. I think Facebook should be where like you can, you know how you're talking about arguing with people earlier and trying to get the last word in. I think it should be like each individual person has like their own channel instead of a Facebook wall, but a Facebook channel.
What is this, by the way? I keep getting tagged.
I know
every day. So
I know.
You guys need to be careful with a lot of these these apps. These apps are traps, and
I know.
I keep getting tagged in.
I got that's what I saw
every day.
Here's the thing: is if you open these things up, what it does is it grabs your friends list. It sends out something with your. It looks like it's coming from you. Here's the thing:
I need to have the remove.
You won't know because the way the app is written, it doesn't show it to you. So you're sending out a bazillion messages to people, and guess what? You have no idea it's doing it. So please do not open. If you receive anything on Facebook, don't go to these stupid little.
I just blocked that app.
There are legitimate places that if you want to find out what your name is in Viking or something, there's legitimate pages for that. But if you open up that fun app, or there's another one that was running around yesterday that was just killing people. So just
can we go back to where we were?
Sorry,
no. Mike was actually speaking intelligent, which is very surprising
about the app.
For that.
Oh, was I
talking about the kid? He was online acting like a kid.
Okay, here's the thing. All right, look, I brought this up for a reason. I really did.
Well, I was hoping you would kind of get to the actual point. I figured I would stroke your ego enough to make you go backwards.
Well, you know what? When you hugged me today.
Oh my God! Not that kind of stroke.
Okay, enough is enough. Listen to me. I walked through the door.
He's a dog
and I
trainer.
got hugging.
I saw that too.
Yeah, you get that though. If you put the collar on, you get that. That's all there's to it. I got hugged as soon as I.
So how about them trees?
And what happened was when he hugged.
He's just not even going to stop.
His beard.
Oh my God. Why do you got to make it gross? Why do you got to make it gross?
Your beard rubbed up against my scruffy beard.
Oh my God.
Y'all touched beards?
Yeah.
Wow.
I got
he has to make it weird.
I got a little chubby thing going.
Wow.
We knew it was a little chubby. See, all this time.
Why is that weird? I got a man hug as soon as I walked through the door. I wasn't awake yet.
Why did you have to make
sex last night with a woman? Hey, I'm still a little in that area right there.
Why did you have to make this weird?
I'm sensitive.
You are disgusting.
How is that disgusting? Why did you hug me then? Don't you mute me.
You disgust me.
Okay, why did you hug me then? What
disgust me.
I understand the man hug, but why the reach around?
Oh, gross.
You're
fired.
You know what? This is just proving that you're embarrassed by your love of me.
Don't
deny my love, Scotty. Don't do it. Don't do it.
How did we just hugging him and go, brother, I love you?
He took it.
You are sick.
Oh my God!
You are not allowed to be around
you right now. Whisper,
you are not allowed to
love you.
You're not allowed to be around my kids ever again.
Look, you're freaking out. You didn't know what button to push, did you?
Because I'm wanting to take this
soundbite.
I'm wanting to take this pencil and I want to stab you directly in your nostrils until it pokes your left eye out.
Then I'm just going to be the one-eyed guy who loves you.
God, you're disgusting.
Let me tell you something.
No more family. Look,
that was so
and he wondered,
funny.
and he wondered why he never got invited to our
no, I don't
get-togethers.
I don't wonder. I'm way past.
You know now.
Yeah, no, I've known for 2 years now.
Thank you.
Holy smokes! They'll be like, "Hey, Mike, can you help us carry this in?" It's like, yeah, I'm looking in. There's like birthday. They have me carry the birthday decorations in to the party. They don't invite me to.
Oh,
that hurt.
Ow.
Yeah, that didn't leave much.
I don't know what.
Did you see that guy? You see that guy that was all scarred up from the dog bites? Yeah.
That's your heart.
That was
Oh my God! Do not help him.
You made him carry in decorations. He wasn't even invited.
Yeah. Yeah, how about that? And then guess what?
It was for kids. It was for kids, and the court order says he has to stay 500 feet from them.
Obviously, online looking for children or talking to children.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, get this. Okay, get this. Then I come in. Okay, and there's like platters.
Where's the little violins playing here? Where's my sound effect?
Oh, you are one pathetic loser.
Get this.
There you go.
Platters of uneaten food. Okay. Hey, Mike, can you move that so I can get the camera up here for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
If you
this?
could just go ahead and
Wow,
make sure you do
this
that.
feels
from
like a
now on, that
birthday
would be
cake and all that other
great.
stuff. Yeah, we had it, last night and stuff. Oh, okay. Go put it in the refrigerator. Okay, so I go back to the studio kitchen back there and I put it in the refrigerator. Guess what? Filled with food.
Oh.
Half eaten stuff, half drank stuff, all that other stuff. Wow,
Do
kind
you
of
need
looks
some
like
cheese with that wine?
Kind of looks
I
like
don't
you
think
guys
he holds a grudge or
Not
anything.
at all.
Not at all.
kind of looks like a party had this weekend. No, it wasn't. Did you see all those pictures we posted on Facebook of everybody we've ever met and every part of their family? Hey, Mike, we tagged you in it, but we don't see any pictures of you. Wonder why?
Because he was too lame to show up.
Yeah, you got to be invited to show up.
Mike is on this kick of you have to invite him to
Well,
everything.
not anymore now.
Do you want me to get? Do I need to
Not anymore,
go get like a postcard and
Yeah,
go
you gotta be
mail it
careful
4
with that,
days in
though.
advance?
Not anymore, but back then, yeah, it would have been nice. And on top of that, it was, I guess it really kind of came full circle when they would like go places. You see what I'm saying? And post pit. Don't you mute me.
I'm not muting you.
It would freaking go places and take pictures. And then would actually have the audacity to ask me on Monday morning on the show, man, wasn't that a great time we had? Well, no, I didn't get to go. Why didn't you go, man? You were invited. No. And living proof of this is when the men were all going to take a motorcycle ride up to the thing. Scottie had developed a message board. See, you got to watch it. It was a message
What are you
board.
talking?
He's good shot.
It was a message board of everybody who was going on the trip. And so I asked Scottie, because Scottie's like, you can go. I said, I didn't even know about it. Yes, you did. Blah, blah, blah. And I go, really? I'm not on the message board. And he just went,
Oops.
yeah. So
It was an oversight on your part, right?
yeah,
You
oversight.
didn't mean to.
All I just heard was wah, 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 wah. I'm a little biatch.
And then get this. After all these big burly guys and their big Harley Davidsons and their
Oh, my
assless chaps and all
God.
this other stuff, did we go on the trip? No. They all wussed
because
out.
I had something more important to do. It's called put a pool in for my wife.
They all wussed out. Wussy, 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 wussy. Yeah, all of them. Did I get to go to the Jack Daniels distillery? No.
Did anybody go? No.
Oh, I'm sure they booked. tours
Nobody
every day.
went.
I'm sure they.
None of
booked tours every
us
day.
went because I had a pool to put in for my beautiful wife.
Blah, blah,
I bet
blah,
if you had a wife anywhere close
Oh,
to
here we
like
go.
mine,
Yeah.
if she
If you
asked
had a
you
wife.
for a pool, you'd be like, "Where you want it?"
Give it about another 3 months.
He's slowly putting mercury in all my coffee, hoping it's going to kill me.
It's funny that you bring up mercury because it liquefies at room temperature, right?
And Mike, can I ask you your
Now,
point?
Well, because when I was a little kid,
Oh my God.
we had mercury in our little science area, and I had a bunch of it in my hand and in a little medicine bottle. I carried that stuff around for like a week. I used to, do that. And we'd throw it on the table. And
I always wanted to put mercury in a hollow point and melt some wax on it, just like they do in the movies.
Huh?
Do you not remember in the movies where the dude would take the hollow point and bust the thermometer and put the mercury in the hollow point and then melt the wax over it and then
What
shoot
movie was
people?
that?
I don't know. There's several movies that used to do that, and that was like a 70s, 80s thing.
Yeah, it wouldn't work though, right?
I have no idea. I just said I always wanted to try it.
Okay.
Can we try it and you stand in the backyard and let me shoot you?
Well, believe it or not, it won't work because mercury melts at room temperature. So as soon as you fire that weapon, the gases that are behind the actual
Would melt the
projectile
wax?
would melt the wax and would melt basically the mercury away.
Okay.
And when it came out of the barrel, it'd go all over the place.
Thanks, Mr. High Tech. Let's just ruin my forever amen wanted to do thing.
Well, hey, I was just trying to
just trying to
pop
ruin
my-
your
just
trying to
70s.
pop my
Because you
balloon.
didn't invite him. That's
Yeah.
why. He's going to ruin
Thanks.
everything.
Thanks, Hillary.
God, I forgot. I was talking to somebody and I actually said, yeah, over there where Scottie and I used to run around, because we were talking about that whole area over there, and it's so different.
Hey, we don't talk about my area.
Yeah. What you're squishy?
Quit talking about my area.
You're squishy,
It's
man.
my area. It's not your area.
How do you know Ryan Rowe? You know Ryan Rowe?
What the hell are you? I guess so. If it just popped up.
I know, weird. He's an old friend of mine. But yeah, the area that we used to hang out in has changed so much, man. The Farrington but see back then, like Farrington.
I may go ride. I am riding today. I may ride by and take some selfies in all those places.
Farrington to like.
There'll be like a selfie of me in front of the old McDonald's at Columbia and Glenwood.
That's what I was gonna say.
As I'm doing the selfie, you're going to see the dude in the back walking up with the gun. And I just so happened to put my camera down and pull off before he could rob me.
But see, back then, Farrington.
Wouldn't that be funny?
It's hysterical. Or you could videotape him mugging you.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hey,
Wait.
hold on. Let me blur your eyes out so they can identify you.
Or could I get your name so I can tag you?
That's right. That's right.
Let
me tag you in the picture.
It was like Farrington all the way up to like Tucker, Stone Mountain, and then all the way back to like Glenwood Road. That whole area right there was our stomping ground.
Yeah, man.
It was crazy. We could go watch a drive-in at Glenwood Road. Okay.
Yeah, the first time I ever saw the Annieville Horror was Glenwood Road.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been a great place to see it too.
My Uncle Doug and his first wife took me, and we were in my grandfather's brown, huge friggin' station wagon.
Did they turn it around backwards?
No, I kept turning around backwards because there was another movie I was trying to watch called House on the Lake. It was the R-rated one.
Yeah.
Well, they were both R-rated, but one involved boobs.
Yeah,
and not
I like
murder.
that movie. Yeah, definitely. I know what you're talking about. I tell you what, I used to go see all the kung fu, like the Bruce Lee movies, because they were just coming out at that time, so we'd go see them, sit up on the hood of my car. You could do that, back then. It was a lot of fun. And everybody walked around and talked to each other. And
I just got, if Mike had a husband or a wife, he would put a pool in too.
Who said that? Just tell me who said that so I can go to their Facebook page.
And then he says,
he wants to go to the Facebook page and start
I'm
crap.
and he knows Mike doesn't have a bike, right? So he says, you should take Mike on the bike and then y'all can do selfies together.
Crystal was trying to get me to ride bitch with him the other day. I was like, no, I'm not riding bitch with
That
him.
would be hilarious.
No, it
That
would
would be
not.
funny.
Yes, it would be. Let's go for a ride, Mike.
No.
Let's go for a ride.
No. And
hysterical.
no.
You can put on my wife's helmet with the pink visor and all.
Yep.
I'd wear that. So
I would need a trike though if I was going to give him a ride.
whatever.
Or a wheelbarrow.
Little World War II thing.
Okay, keep going.
No,
Sidecar?
yeah, well, that was the cool part was you could, and it would be midnight, 1 o'clock when you got out of there.
Let me just point this out.
And there was,
Where we lived had its bad times. Don't get me wrong. But at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you could still go to the convenience store. Do you know last night, my daughter, you saw the car in the driveway this morning. She needed oil. My wife leaves here at 8:45 to go get oil. And she's like, I guess I'm going to run over here to AutoZone, which is next door to the Kroger on Salem Road. And I'm like, no. Well, okay, well, then I'll run up to O'Reilly's. I'm like, no. She's like, where am I supposed to get oil at this time of night? I said, you go to the damn Walmart at Brownsbridge and Salem.
And that's not even really a good.
And that's not
Yeah.
that's not safe, but it's safer than AutoZone. I can't believe that AutoZone ain't been robbed multiple times. They probably have. They just ain't told anybody. My problem is that Salem Road is horrible. There's only been 4 deaths on it in a year. How many robberies in a year? But, back where we grew up, dude, like, there was hood rats. We all did stupid, but it's like a mutual respect. Like, people wasn't robbing people at the convenience stores. They might be breaking in your house when you went to the convenience store, but you weren't home.
we did stupid, but we didn't do stupid to each other.
That's right.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
It wasn't necessarily violent unless it was a fight. Does that make sense?
And generally, when we fought, we didn't shoot each other.
No, we just get out and beat the hell out of each other like real men.
Well, so let me ask you a question. Yeah. Well, look,
that's a joke, by the way, y'all. Don't take it. Example. I need to get a sign so I look like a ring girl. I can hold up example.
But
Don't
Scottie,
say that around Mike.
Scottie, you got to remember something too.
What?
He was screaming run.
Oh.
But it took a lot longer.
You baby. Yeah, girl. I hear you. But let's be honest. Back then, there were kids that had skills in fighting.
I got. If you put Mike on your bike, you better put wheelie bars on it.
I can fight. I mean, I could fight. I was in Kim Brothers Karate ever since when I was 11.
We never had problems, dude. Like I knew at
I
3
rarely ever gotten.
I knew at 3 o'clock in the morning if I went to the car wash to like spray puke off the back seat.
We always did.
I knew that the dude on the corner, the two caddies down there, I knew they were slinging dope. They'd throw up hands. What's up? We'd say, "What's up, man? Homie done puked this Pepe Lopez again." They're like, "Man, that just happened 2 days ago." Yeah, man. But we didn't. Right. There was no beef.
No. You know what? And they say racism is worse now. How did that happen?
It is worse now because
how did it go from the 50s and 60s
because it's the picking and the infection.
To us, where I didn't care. Yep. I just can't even think of any racial tension at all.
I remember a few incidences in high school.
I went to
here and there, but nothing.
I went to Clarkston, then I went to Stone Mountain.
Well, it's like me hanging out with Oz. I never feel that I have a problem hanging out with Oz, but me and Oz have set places, and this is no offense to Oz. Me and Oz have sat someplace and Oz say hey to somebody, and then I could see them kind of go, "What's he sitting there with a white boy for?" You could see it. Yeah. You know, me and him was at Bojangles one time, and he was talking to everybody, man. He didn't care. Oz, man. Oz is beautiful like that. He didn't care if you were white, black, or pink. Yeah. He didn't care. But you could see some of the people, looking at him, wondering why he's sitting with me having something to eat. And, that's offensive.
Yeah, but Oz is like one of those people that brings something to every room he steps in. It's weird. I mean, Oz. I could the pink pooch parade. I could tell Oz where Oz was off to the left hand side when I was, because when you're emceeing, you don't see everything. You got to get tunnel vision there. I looked off to the left and I just saw a huge group of people all having fun and joking around. Guess who was in the middle of it? Oz. He even had his little puppy with him. You see what I'm saying? And it was he always participates, and he's always like the center of attention, but not really.
I don't know. I still think, because I have tons of friends.
I'm calling a matter of fact.
I still think a lot of it's media.
Really?
I think a lot of it's media. It's a story. It's a good story right now. It's all media.
Oh, today's Tuesday. Crap. They probably got me.
Attitude is everything. This is Oz. How can I help you?
Hey, this is Scotty. I want to call and tell you I love you, brother.
I love you back.
I love hugging you.
We were just sitting here talking about you.
I know it's getting harder these days to hug you all the way around, though.
Mike, he's trying to pick on you because your way and my way. And Mike, I think he's subconsciously not happy with his own way.
Don't grow a beard, Oz.
Well, I want to take this opportunity to invite Mike out to the Rockdale County High School track. Every morning I'm there. I'm there every morning from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. If he's paying attention to my Facebook page, he also would have noticed where I've lost a tremendous amount of weight, and I'm getting to look more like your chairman, Mike, every day.
No, I don't know. Mike is one of those guys that you have to hate, man. You have to, because this guy, he's still in marathon running shape, at our age. Come on, man. Get fat. Come on, Myers. Join the program.
Why are you getting all into Mike Myers when this is really you deflecting? Military
I'm not
Mike.
deflecting.
He deflects a lot.
Oz joined the crowd. God knows Scotty did a while back. Casey, you're kind of fat too.
I'm not fat.
You're fat. You're getting fat. And you know
so
what?
Oz, I just wanted to call you. We were just talking about how great it is that you see no color.
The subtitle of this morning show is called Fat Tuesday. Is that what you're doing?
No, it's just really funny that we were talking so good about you and how you don't see color, that you just talk to anybody, and we were talking about how the world's kind of changed, blah, 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 blah. We get you on the phone and Mike goes right into being a chubby hater.
No, I'm not a chubby hater. I love the man. I do.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, baby. And what will you do? We'll use Mike there, military Mike. We'll use military Mike as a poster child to rid Rockdale of hate.
Yes.
Rid Rockdale
of hate.
I wouldn't use Mike for a poster child for nothing.
We're going to use military Mike as the guys, the Red Rockdale of hate. We gonna ship it up out of here.
Man.
Hey, where are you gonna be today? Do y'all got a meeting you got to go into in the next few minutes?
I'm getting ready to go into a 9 o'clock public hearing, and then I've got a 10 o'clock board meeting that starts at 10. It's Tuesday, baby.
It's
I know.
Tuesday, man.
I thought about it right as I started dialing. I was like, crap, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah. I am here already, and we getting ready to rock and roll. So I'm about to go into my second meeting.
Where will you be
at
around
9.
noon? Your lunchtime?
I'll be right here. I'll be right here because I've got a 12 o'clock, a 1 o'clock meeting right here on the campus.
Okay.
But
Busy man,
hit me
busy
up.
man.
Hit me
I'll
up.
text you in a little bit.
Busy
Okay,
man.
guys.
All right, man. Have a great day.
See ya, Oz.
Hey, listen, tell
Yes, sir.
everybody to go vote Oz Nesbitt. Let's seal the deal for the next chairman of Rockdale County.
Heck yeah. All right, brother. Have a good day.
All right, y'all be blessed.
You too.
All
Bye
right,
bye. Yeah, I want to go and take a big selfie picture with him, hugging him today. I'm in a hugging sort of mood.
I know, man. I'm leaving right after the show.
Mike was a little upset though. Like I hugged him and he looked at me, and you know, there's nothing worse than when you hug a guy. Like when you hug a guy, we don't like get face to face. Like you hug, your ear and his ear might be near each other, and then you pull away real fast.
Yeah.
Mike tried to like quickly do that 6
Pull
inches
away.
nose to nose, and he
Yeah.
kind of looked at me for a second like we had a moment.
Well, you pulled me back in.
And Mike looking at me like we
gaze
had
at
a
you?
moment.
Did he gaze?
And then when I pulled away, he was like, he gave me the look of, that's all.
Well, no, that's not true.
Like,
That was
like when my wife gives me 2 Oreos and I go, really?
that's
That's
all.
it? Mike
Well-
gave me that as I was trying to pull away.
I think guys, when we hug, we should just kind of like, and then be done with it. But you kind of held me in close for a second, and it's uncomfortable when you booby hug with a guy. Okay, because you booby hug the booby
Does
hug.
everybody see
then
how he
Then
sees
you get
this?
That, you get that. Look.
Does everybody get
Sicilian-
that he sees it
I think
differently?
the endorphins from last night are still
I'm telling you.
working.
Sicilian?
Like he is envisioning
yeah.
something a lot more than what it was.
He's still in a
Dude,
haze.
you hugged me and there were no lights on in the room, right? I'm
Dude,
just asking.
you closed your
Sir,
eyes, fool.
Sir,
It looked dark. Mike,
were there lights on in the
Mike,
room?
you had
Scotty?
your eyes closed.
Scotty.
Did you see stars too?
Scotty,
I
don't-
swear to God, he sees it however he wants to see it.
Hey, look, I heard Burt Bacharach.
See?
Wow.
I just
What
spit
the
on my
world
microphone.
Wow.
Needs now.
He saw it the way he wanted to see it. You just-
Sweet love.
now I understand why they put you on psychotic medicines and stuff.
They're not psychotic. They're antidepressants because I get a little emotional when I get
A
up.
little emotional.
He's obviously not depressed today.
No,
He's very
no.
happy today.
Happy, joy, joy.
we gotta go to a commercial,
Yeah.
everybody. This next song goes out to Military Mike.
Imagine
Oh,
that.
wow.
Oh my God.
Oh, just so you know, we'll be talking about that.
What?
Men hugs.
Oh my God. We've now started something. I know now, hug him in the morning. Everything. Like he just messes up
He just-
everything.
He was off his game for there for
What
a minute.
happens if
Now
I
he's
went-
like,
look, What
yeah.
happens if I leaned in, which would have been his right side, and I go, hug, and then go, that a boy.
Good game.
Wow. You better be careful.
He would turn around like
He would be
this.
like,
What?
Whoa.
Guaranteed I'd be talking a lot more. Oh, boy. Yeah, well, when you're go to the VA, that doesn't work. Okay, get this. Obamacare, right? They're talking about a 25% increase, right?
Yes.
Across the board.
Yep.
Did you see Arizona? 115%. So if you're paying $500 right now, you're going to be paying what? $1,100, $1,200? God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And yet that's still a Democratic state. Get it? Army Ranger dies on his 14th deployment. They got guys. There was a guy That lays on his back. 13 deployments. Now, Air Force is a little bit shorter. Now, get this. I'm using my
Going back live.
post 9/11 GI Bill, but I'm only getting 60% of it. After 9/11, I was only deployed 377 days.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So listen, I want to bring up last night's topic at my house. So last night, my daughter shows up.
My daughter.
And, you know, she moved out. And I'm not talking about Amy. I'm talking about Beth. Let me word it this way. So my wife's going to kill me on this conversation, but I don't care.
What a way to go.
There's my disclaimer.
Mike's hoping so.
Death by redhead. It sounds like a good time to me. My eyebrows are lifting it. So here's my point.
Let me tell you, I sign up for that every day.
So back in the little house in the prairie days, when the woman married the man and moved into the man's home.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this isn't going to go well.
The daughter, even though she's still the daughter, she's that man's wife, that man's responsibility.
Yeah. Well, biblically, that's the way it says too.
Okay. So I know in today's times, women don't get married. They move in with a guy. But when you take my daughter and you move into a house with her, you become the guy that's responsible for the upkeep of the vehicle. Or,
Oh, yeah.
or if she's thirsty or if she's hungry.
Yes, of course.
That's traditionally how that works.
Yep.
So she calls me yesterday saying, my motor's ticking really bad. It's making a horrible sound. Her boyfriend's a mechanic.
Oh, okay.
She said,
I was wondering where this was going.
she says, well, you just let me, I'm painting this picture, sir. You let me just put the pretty little butterflies up here in the top.
We're about to have a rant by Scottie.
So she calls me and says, can I take it to Rob's to get an oil change? I said, well, of course. You and Emmy, anytime, you just go call Rob ahead of time. Cause like Emmy's car, Rob knows that car. So he sees Emmy, he knows who Emmy is. He doesn't see Beth a whole lot. So I just said, just call him ahead of time and say, hey, can I run it by there? So she gets to my house last night. She's been here about an hour. Something gets said about oil. And I'm like, didn't you go get an oil change? No, I didn't have time. I'm like, okay. So look, we go out and do, there's no oil on the dipstick.
Oh, wow.
At all. Not even the trace of oil on the dipstick.
Dude.
So that's when I send my wife. Actually, my wife says I'm going to get some oil. 5 quarts worth.
that's
No, that's not just what she bought.
Yeah.
That's just what we put in.
Yeah, but that's all it holds.
I know. So as the daughter goes to crank the car and goes, oh my God, it sounds good. The dinging has stopped. What dinging? Well, for a week it's been going ding, ding. She says that's so irritating as I drive.
Wow.
What? The ding or the valves rattling? Which one was the most irritating? So I looked at her and I said, let me tell you something. You need to explain to the boy that he doesn't get to put his dipstick anywhere until he checks that dipstick from here on out.
Oh, man.
Period. She just looks at this and says, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. Hey,
why'd you get all weird?
when you take my daughter out of this house, you, sir, are responsible for that motor and that cooter.
Oh my God, Scottie.
If you're going to try to put your dipstick in her, then you better check the dipstick in that. That's part of the trade there, son. Just saying.
Let's avoid that discussion anymore.
It just trips me out. What happened to guys being like, this is my woman, and my woman's going to ride around in a good car because my woman ain't going to be stuck on the side of the road for another man to pick up. Or better yet, my woman's car ain't going to be broke down, so she has to call somebody, and because I'm at work, she'll have to call some other dude to come pick her up. That's not how this cookie crumbles around here.
He said cookie crumbles.
So what's your feel? What's y'all's opinion on that? Any callers like to call in and voice their opinion? we are living in a different world today when your daughters are now going to be leaving the house. What's your fears? I mean, because guys don't think like they used to. Back in my day, no, my woman ain't calling another man unless it's my relative to come get her.
You got any kids?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, I have a 22-year-old boy.
22-year-old boy.
Yes.
Okay. I got a 26-year-old daughter is my oldest. And I can tell you that by the time she was ready to move out, she knew change oil, firearms, just because she was
right.
I felt that it was important that she knows that stuff. And her mother took care of the other part, the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, the things that are generally feminine. I don't want to piss anybody off. I really personally don't care. Yeah, as women crap.
I don't talk about the women crap. I don't want to know. You don't want to talk about it with me.
Okay. So
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, and I really don't either.
And she took her to
keep it to yourself.
Class at the public library when she was like 10. So yeah, whatever. All right. Cool. So I felt, now this was my personal belief, I felt that would better prepare her for life, not anything about being a wife or a girlfriend. I felt that would be better prepared for life, that she understood all these things. My 13-year-old son, I give him my debit card. He goes in and buys our drinks. He, he can go in the store and buy groceries. He knows my PIN number. You see what I'm saying? At 13, those are important things. He knows how to do his laundry, take out the trash, all these things. Okay. So, when she got into a relationship, I felt that she was at least her part, if not above that. Nowadays though, Scottie, what is the largest demographic of suspended licenses in our country? Here, let me help. Teenage males from 18 to 25. They don't even have driver's license, dudes. They're worthless. This is why lesbianism is on such an increase in this country, because the selection of guys between 18 and 25 are worthless. Present company excluded. I'm sure he's a fine young man.
He is. He's still got a lot to learn.
Yeah.
I mean,
my oldest, I want to choke the life out of him. He is just currently making some. Now, see, when I say bad decisions, people are like, "Well, my son made bad decisions. He turned to meth." No, mine's just making some stupid financial decisions. But I just want to. God, I want to get physical. I want to choke him out when he wakes back up. Then I'll explain to him how to take care of, basic finances. Because God, man, school, what is going on in our school system that kids are graduating high school and they don't even know how to do a checkbook?
Saying there should be a basic life class taught the very last year. Unfortunately,
very last year, what, 10th grade, 9th grade?
I mean, before they graduate, it should be required.
Why doesn't somebody say, when you get your driver's license and you get pulled over by a police officer, this is what you do? How about this? When you go to get a job, this is what you do. You don't show up looking like you stole something and you're bringing it back. Okay. You dress appropriately. And see what I'm saying? You dress appropriately. I didn't say a suit and tie.
Right.
I'm not a suit and tie guy. And tell you the honest goodness truth, I think every job interview I went to dressed in a suit and tie, I didn't get. Because I'm not a suit and tie guy.
That's right.
People see that, right?
Oh yeah, it's easy to tell.
It's easy to tell somebody who's just dying, that's feels like they're being strangled by a tie, which I think it has been proven time and time again, and it really started with Bill Gates. Was the fact is that you can be intelligent, you can be creative, and you can be damn financially successful and not wear that tie. Those guys broke that mold. They never had graduated. They didn't graduate from Berkeley.
Right.
They went back obviously and took care of all that stuff later on, but that's not what made him millions. What made him millions was his creativity and his perseverance and all that other stuff. And we just do not show that to our children anymore. When you see 16-year-old kids telling their parents to F off. Let me tell you something. Neither one of my kids right now, any of them, from top to bottom, they're not going to say that to me in the same room. I guarantee it. I'll stand up.
My son's 22. He would never. I mean, he knows.
Yeah. Well, I was raised in a Sicilian family, and even to the day my grandmother passed away at 93, I did not use offensive language in her presence.
Oh, not at all.
I'd get smacked.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and of course, I mean, she might hit me. I'd bob and weave, give her a little slap back. But I mean, she was pretty sneaky for an old bird. And she jabbed me with a plastic fork or something. But yeah, so to answer your question, Scotty, the guy in this particular relationship,
especially since he's a mechanic.
He's a mechanic, which means
I'm just trying to say.
You know what they say?
Duh.
You know what they say? Never ever get your car fixed by a guy driving a beater.
Yeah, man.
Never ever get your house painted by a guy who lives in a shack.
That's
a
right.
Guy who's got vinyl siding. So yeah, there's tons of these kind of sayings. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But where's his pride?
Yeah.
Where is his where are those ethos?
I'm just sitting there saying, as a testicle toting male, I don't understand it. Just saying.
Man, I just don't.
If I ever let me just word it this way. Let's just cut the nonsense out of this. Let's just cut the nonsense out of this. Joe Leaper is a mechanic. Do you think Joe Leaper wants Wanda calling another dude to tweak her engine? Well, I say hell no.
Speaking.
Does Chris Blakely want another man trying to lay his wife's floor? Well, hell no. I don't think so. My brother's an electrician. Does he want another man to check his wife's shorts? I don't think so.
Want to reset them fuses.
Casey, do you want another man to mess with your woman's taxes? No. So then, therefore, you don't screw up your wife or your woman.
You may not, you may do her taxes, but I do her investment.
Mike's just wanting to make monthly installments.
Yeah, if we can get your sister on this program.
Oh, Lord, I do this.
But do you see my point? Like, why would you, come on, man, have some sperm count in those testicles of yours?
Damn, dude. Hey, look,
I
seriously,
don't get it.
Wait. Have you talked to him?
Talk to him?
Does the kid have a father? I mean, now look, that's big. And I know you're going to jump all over me about this one, but look, there are a lot of kids that are growing up without dads.
Yeah, Henry says, or my wife's pipes, because he's a plumber. Henry, can I come to your house to lay some pipe? I don't think so.
Let me check that plumbing. I want to see if that plumbing's working.
Mike says he's going to knock that stopper right out of that tub. No! You don't let another man do that at your house.
Okay, but now look, I mean, you're in your son's life. You're in God. You know what? I've known you for a couple of years now. I don't have a clue how many kids you got. They're everywhere. There's a new freaking car.
He has no
in
idea.
the freaking driveway every freaking morning. Okay?
I have.
There's Beth, Bob, Sue,
listen.
Emmy, Bobby, Sue.
I have one daughter, which is Emmy. And one that I've been accused of for years, but I volunteered to try to be her father because the real father ducked and dived. As far as the girl, as far as the daughter knows, she thinks I am her father, but it's because the other guy was a douchebag.
Until she listened to this show.
But the problem with the story is when me and her mother parted ways, the mother never told her that, Scotty's really not your daddy, right? So, yeah.
Okay, well, there's a little baby running.
So there's
around
only
here too.
and Zaylee will be my legally adopted child soon.
Is there any male children?
No,
any man children? None. Don't lie.
No.
Is there
that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Is there any step male children?
Yeah, I mean, and then Crystal has an adult female that is Zaylee's mama, and then
I was going to the dentist this morning.
Then has an adult male. And then there's
what's his name?
Chris.
That's the first I've ever heard.
I've never heard of Chris.
Neither of the two adults have really ever been in my life.
But they're still your stepchildren.
I don't know them like that.
Oh my God. See, I hate when he does this because
Mike, I know you better than I know them.
I don't care. I'm not your stepchild, and if I was, I'd commit step suicide.
I mean, I know who they are, but I can't tell you their favorite colors or what they want for Christmas or what they eat or drink for breakfast. I can't. I don't know that about them. They've never just really been around. Like Crystal knows them; they're her kids. I know that's so odd. This is a sensitive subject. Like I don't know them, not really. Like it's embarrassing to say, but I don't know them like that.
Could you take a breath, please? Okay, thank you.
Well, you hit on a little bit of
Scotty, they're your stepchildren.
that I don't see. They might as well. They live in Georgia, but they might as well live in Washington.
Oh my God, are you serious, dude? This is look. This is
I
don't care.
Then how am I supposed to know them?
Scotty, that is so unlike you. That is just so unlike
you are being an idiot trying to pick on a subject that you can't even relate to.
Yeah, sure I can. Sure I can. Scotty, my ex-wife, Connie, and I have been divorced for over 10 years. And do you know, I still talk to her sister almost every day on Facebook. She lives on the West Coast. Do you know that every week I talk to her younger brother? Do you know that at least once a month I talk to her older brother? Her mother still calls me on my birthday and wishes me happy birthday. And we converse on Facebook. And even though her father hates my existence, we sit together and sing together in church whenever they come around to visit. So it's just not like you. Isn't this out of character, Casey?
Yeah. I have to agree with Mike on this one. I don't agree with Mike.
Read that, and that'll explain what I can't say over a microphone.
Well, I'm not trying to dig in like that. I'm just
Well, you are digging.
No, I'm just saying, Scotty, you're so personable to everybody.
Well, duh.
And it just confuses me.
he's just like, huh?
He is confused.
Yeah.
They were already adults and moved on. When me and Crystal started dating, they were already adults and moved on.
No, they still have visitation. So let's go with this. I'm going to change the subject because that one really befuddled me.
What was the word you used?
Befuddled.
We need to go to a commercial anyways. Please try to use
Scotty not being at least noteworthy in a family member's life has befuddled me. Nature of the word, origin of the world.
It's just different. I mean,
French
it's just
and Egypt.
It's just different. I mean, they're grown. They're living their life, and Crystal hears from them. And
Scotty, Jeff Matthias is like an adopted dog.
Smells like one too.
Yeah. Leaper, Little Richard, Waterhead, Trainwreck, Blue Baha, Muffin Top, Muffin Bottom, Dirty Socks.
How did my phone just pop up a text message?
Yeah, it's called God working in your life. Wet Galoshes, Landing Zone, Gummy Bear, all your friends.
You do know I've not listened to anything. What are you rambling about?
Well, all of your friends have like one word names. Like,
speaking of Waterhead, him and his daughter are coming to sing a Christmas song.
See what I mean?
Yes.
And you are such Philip and Abby. Come on, Abby, really? She's like the little sister to you.
Well,
Redneck Steph. Redneck Steph is like a goiter.
Redneck Steph's like an inflamed hemorrhoid.
Yeah.
It pops up, it gets a little itchy, scratchy, the swelling goes down, you shove a tux on it, and it comes back later.
Yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday time.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, Wednesday, she'll be back tomorrow.
So you see what I'm getting at? So for you to have family.
Can we go to commercial?
Yeah,
all right, everybody, we'll be right back.
That's just, that really befuddled me. Do you know how impossible it is to get
Hold,
a freaking...
please. Hold, please.
Don't you go. Don't mute it. No, I don't want to talk to you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And we're back.
Do you know how hard it is to get a television?
Uterus? I know how hard it is.
No,
trying to get in ones
you cannot buy a freaking TV under 32 inches anymore. Yeah, okay, 32-inch TV at Best Buy, smart TVs, 13 of them, and you go up in size, there's plenty of them, 30 to choose from. Yeah, 27 and below, there's only 4 choices at Best Buy. I need a monitor. I need a big monitor. Because the homies. Ain't that some shit, man? That's crazy. You can't. You can't. Holy shit! Look at this, man. A 32-inch Insignia smart TV. $159.99.
I know, it's crazy. Remember when they first came out, the flat screens?
That's $1,000 TV.
$1 easy.
Man, I tell you what, pawn shop, because you know what? Like 20% of our business was in TVs. You had a whole wall of TVs, right? And you'd get like a flat screen, like a 51-inch flat screen, and you'd give $200 loan on it and sell it for $800. Right. Now I bet you they're just stinking in it. Because look at that 32-inch smart Roku TV, brand new, $160.
I'm glad the price is coming down. And the thing too is, we'll go back on this one.
How much do you
hang on?
How much can you loan on that at a pawn shop?
Hang on.
What, $25?
All right, everybody, we're back. And we were talking about television. So how about the thing I like about the fact about televisions is the quality's going up, the price is going down. Here's the benefit. Is at what point do you, a regular Joe, need a 4K TV? So let the 4K TV be $3,000. Because meanwhile, just like that nice kick butt Panasonic I got hanging on that wall right there, because the big TVs are getting more expensive, that dropped down to like $299.
Dude, this is a Samsung 40-inch 4K Ultra HD smart TV, $399.99.
But here's the thing:
$400, man.
Here's the thing people need to understand: your TV quality. Okay, let me do this comparison to computers. When they came out with the i7 processor, it is the Mac Daddy. They've not made anything faster. But do you know that most of the programs can't even run that fast?
No.
It's like owning a Ferrari in a 35-mile-an-hour speed zone.
Yeah.
You got it in case you need it.
Yep.
When are you going to ever do anything besides rev up the exhaust? So my point being is this. You have that TV. Name that TV one more time, or name another one comparison to it.
Okay, here, let me give you another. A 43-inch Toshiba smart TV with Chromecast built in, 4K Ultra HD, $299.99.
Okay. And do you know that right now, I don't know about Comcast, Alex can probably chime in on that one. But do you know that right now, AT&T on that box upstairs on Uverse, it asked me, do I want 720 or 1080?
Right.
Do you know that even though I checked 1080,
you're not getting it.
AT&T only offers 720.
And think of it like
so.
this.
With that being said, do you know DirecTV? So far from what I've been told by a bunch of installers who work for AT&T, not DirecTV, but AT&T people are saying DirecTV is the only person that is telling you that you are truly getting the 1080.
1080.
So you go buy a 4K TV. It may look good on maybe a Blu-ray, but your TV is still only going to be 720.
Yeah, they send out some HD stuff. It's very limited.
Who?
Like programs, certain programming, like movies and like.
What I'm saying though is even though the movie might be 1080,
right,
when it's sent. But what's being delivered to your house through AT&T cannot be more than 720.
Right. Now,
how horrible is that?
All right, and you got
you bought this $4,000 TV.
Look at it this way too. This is how they explained it to me because my drone has 4K. All right, 720. That's what you're looking at right here. All right, 1080 would be like this.
Right.
HD would maybe be like right in front of me right here. Right. 4K would be this house.
Well, do you remember when I came down here with a 4K TV and then realized it wouldn't work?
It
made all the letters so friggin' tiny.
I gotta take a 2-minute break.
What?
I gotta pee.
Why didn't you go to pee on commercial? Yeah, but I came out of it. You could have got up and went in after me. Somehow
put up
on
with
video,
him every
the
day?
music got muted or the voice got muted again. I have no idea. So all you guys on video, I apologize. I guess I hit the space bar. I
Mike
don't
was
know.
talking, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't miss anything.
Mike's saying, I gotta go pee. Makes no sense.
Yeah,
Like
I
we
mean-
were on commercial.
And he's yelling.
And he's yelling from the bathroom.
Yeah.
I
Why don't you
understand.
just take the microphone in there with your mic?
I told people that eventually I was gonna have the bathroom mic.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Poop cam.
Poop cam.
1000. So here's the thing is, you know, it's great that all the technology for TV is going up. Like I went to I think where was I? Oh, I was at Fry's one day doing a comparison, and then I had been to H.H. Greg's doing a comparison. I can't remember the brand at this point, but it was like the first 4K curved television. And one of the salesmen, I think at H.H. Gregg, was trying to tell me, you're trying to sell it, telling me how good it was. But then I end up at Fry's, and another salesman walks up and goes, you do know here in this room, it's going to look amazing because of what we're shooting into it. Like they had a separate box that hooks to it to make it visually blah, 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 blah. He's like, but when you get it to your house, it will never look as good in your house as it does here.
Yep.
This is what we do to sell it.
Yep.
He's like, by the time you get it home and you hook it up to either your Comcast or your AT&T, you're not going to look. He said the closest you'll ever have to this kind of quality is if you try to hook it to a Blu-ray player.
Disc. Yep.
And how many people buy a Blu-ray? You know, how many people truly own it and really use it? Mike, comments? Alex, comments?
Blu-ray. Okay, let's be realistic about all this. The games, the movies, all that stuff. They're going to stop making those little discs. Seriously,
Yeah,
it's stupid.
It's
I mean, look at Scotty. Look at us and Kodai.
Do you know the quality of Kodai is horrible, dude? I was noticing. I watched A Good Dinosaur.
You know, you can change the DPI on it.
Okay, so anyways, the quality of what movie they probably
Why does he
loaded.
get mad? If I know something he doesn't know, he gets mad at
You
me.
weren't listening. The quality of what they loaded was not as good.
Oh yeah, well you got.
So what I'm trying to say is streaming it. Yeah, it was good streaming it, but then it came on Showtime the other night, and I went ahead and recorded it so I can play it back for Zaylee anytime. And when I watched it from Showtime, I'm like, holy cow, that looks amazing. That cartoon looks 10 times better than it did from streaming.
Now, for me, I can go to 1080 or HD on Kodai.
Okay, so I might be changed, but
now here's really cool. Was Gotham was on what, Sunday night? Monday night. Okay, so Walking Dead, I'm sorry, was on Sunday night.
Yes.
Okay, so last night we were sitting there, we were talking about Walking Dead, right? And so I said, you want to watch it again? And she said, do you have it like on DVR? No, I got it on Kodai.
Yeah.
And still there's a lot of people that don't understand what Kodai is and the massive database that these things
have to have.
Yeah, that these things are tapping into. And so when I brought it up, she was looking at it and she goes, that's every episode of The Walking Dead. And I said, by season, you know, in order with names. And it's kind of weird that I think Blu-ray players, like you're talking about, people that buy Blu-ray and people that just watch movies are two very, very different people. People that buy Blu-rays like that commentary. They like that extra. Man, I watched a thing on Star Wars on the filming of the Jedis fighting at the end in what was that place with all the lava? Mustafir or whatever. And it was only like 3 minutes of the movie, but it had almost 1 million man hours that was put to it. And that was part of the commentary thing on the Blu-ray disc. You see what I'm saying? So that was really cool. And it was, God, that was probably worth the $20 I paid for the movie. You don't get that on Kodai. You see what I'm saying? You don't.
But I got it for free.
Yeah,
that's why I'm willing to accept the fact that the quality of it is garbage compared to AT&T.
If you've ever deployed or ever been overseas, you know that, man, they have a whole different way of looking at stuff on TV.
What does that mean in English?
Absolutely, positively junk. I mean, not if you go to like Qatar or Dubai, you'll get the 4K cool stuff and the $15,000 TVs and stuff.
But when you go to other countries, it's almost back to stick antenna.
It is. I watched a lot of TV in Kabul
and I understand that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if I'm spending the money because I want it to be better, then I expect it to be better.
Oh yeah, definitely. And especially we spend a lot of time on our entertainment in our homes again.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what happened to music, dude? Scotty, how big was your stereo?
Do you know
in your
somebody
house when you were growing up?
Oh God, it was big. How about this? Somebody brought up something to me the other day. They said, "Do you feel bad for using Kodai?" And I went, "Not at all." They said, "Well," I'm trying to be nice when I have this conversation. Somebody says, you do realize this is how the actresses make their money by the sales of the movies." And I said, hold on. I said, they're making $36 million off a movie. And then we know a guy that's a fireman that ran in a house that was on fire that's making $24,000 a year. So, I don't want to hear that. Secondly, whether I had Kodai or not, I still wouldn't be going to the movies because I can't afford to go spend $36 to go to the movies with my wife. So whether I'm watching it with Kodai or not, I still ain't going to the movie. So it still doesn't matter. That's how she makes her living.
Casey, get this. When I showed him on my little tablet.
Alex just said Kodai is starting to be cracked down.
Yes. Very much so.
So how are they going to do this?
Well, what it is Kodai basically, in a nutshell, Kodai is, let's look at it like the water department. You go to the water department and the water that's coming to your house, it may or may not be going through the water department, but that's where you get billed.
Right.
Kodai, that's the way these movies are. You go to Kodai, then Jarvis throws you to websites where you download or you view, you stream from.
Right.
It's just like, what was that? Is that not, was it
Can you
Napster?
dumb this down
Napster.
and make it make sense?
I'm trying to. Is
Like Napster.
Napster or Morpheus?
Right.
The same thing. Napster wasn't doing anything bad, but it was the peer-to-peer placement where everything came to. Where it's different is the music part. Generally, you had to open up your library to download somebody else's library. Okay? Peer-to-peer, right? Kodai doesn't do that. And the way Kodai gets away with that is they've selected channels, and you go to these like Salt or Exodus. So how they're cracking down is, believe it or not, is they're literally running through every one of these websites and shutting down each and every link. Because you will go to some movies now and go to watch them, and it'll come up and tell you about pirating movies.
Yeah.
So, but it would just the new Jarvis will come out, and then it'll block that.
Okay. So anytime or anything I need to know, you need to let me know.
Yeah. It'll never come back to you, and they'll say like you're pirating movies.
Okay.
It can't make it that.
Well, because used to everybody would download movies from FrostWire, and
big time.
We remember that if you downloaded a movie that was already on DVD, then you were okay. Yeah. But if you were trying to download something that somebody just like camcorded and stole, basically, that's when Yahoo would flag you.
That'll be Alex with a better
just for fun
description of it.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
That was painful, Michael. Painful.
Okay, so you give us your version.
All right, so Kodai is an open source software. It's all it is an operating system that's pre-installed on some set-top boxes, and they load certain channels at the factory that are, basically free content that you're allowed access to. Because it's an open source operating system, it's also been hacked. So when you go to the mall and you see somebody selling a Kodai box or a Kodai stick, they've actually hacked into the operating system, and they've installed add-on channels.
Yes.
Which is where all this content that is technically paid content, and that IP is owned by somebody, they are telling you, oh, you have free access to this. Well, Kodai, of course, have been coming under a lot of scrutiny because they're allowing this piracy to continue. So what they've started to do now is actively begin blocking some of these add-ons, and apparently they say they're gonna get to the point where their boxes can no longer be hacked, and all of these plugins will actually be banned from their platform. That's what's happening.
And I'm sure everybody's going to try to cut down. I'm sure.
Yeah,
if you can download the app now from Google Play or from whatever you have.
Yeah, if you have a current box that's already been hacked, it's probably not going to affect you too much. But if you go out to try and buy, say, a new Kodai box and then try to hack it, you may be affected in the future, and you won't be able to add any of these plugins.
Everybody go buy them now.
Or just download the app.
Here's the thing, though. I watched The Walking Dead, and this is just one example, but I watched it yesterday for free with but I watched it legally. I went to the AMC channel and watched it there.
Right.
Didn't need a login or anything like that. I was able to watch it.
Right.
Movies I generally watch on Showtime or HBO or Netflix, or they become available at some point in time.
Yeah. I mean, I still got my Netflix account.
Well,
I love it.
Usually 6 months after they come out in the theater.
So yeah. I mean, it could be a time. I understand what the content creators are saying when they claim, this is how hundreds and thousands of people make a living. I also understand Scott's point of view when it's $35 to go see a damn movie.
That's right. Even if I didn't have Kodai, I'm not going to see that movie. Plus the last time, listen, look, let's face it. It's been over a year, but one of the last times that we went to the theater was like a month after the woman got attacked in the theater in Rockdale. And when I went in, it was the same time I read their little black and white Xerox piece of paper. It says no weapons allowed or no guns allowed, whatever. Look, you ain't stopping me. I'm carrying my crap. I don't care. Because you know why? Your theater just had an old woman get beat up. Yep. Come on, dude. I mean, I'm not going to the theater.
Me, I just won't go there.
That's me. I'm just to that point.
If they tell me I'm not welcome, then
and my guy just texted and said, "Ding, ding, ding! I got 2 fire sticks ready to go if you want one."
There you go. See, like I said, current devices probably won't be affected.
Right.
But if you do plan on jumping on Kodai, I would jump on it now before they start implementing all these changes and blocking out certain content.
Yeah, man. And the thing I like about the setup that we have, it looks very similar to this thing that's advertised on the screen. It's that small. You can put it in your pocket and go to anybody else's house you want and plug it in and start using it right then and there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they call that a doggle, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, the Fire Stick, the Amazon Fire Stick is kind of a dongle, and people are loading Kodai on it, and for some people it's great.
That's right.
I use an Apple TV, so I don't, there's no Kodai platform available.
Yeah, I know there's no way to bust in an Apple TV. I've talked about that. I've already called people.
That's right. So, I do what I can. I watch the content. I still get access to what I want to watch, and that's all I'm worried about.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, if you want Kodai, jump on it now. Don't wait another 6 months because pretty much everything will be blocked off of it. So that's
something new will come up. Something new will come up.
It will.
There always will be. There's always going to be a hack of some sort.
Exactly. Someone's always going to find a way around.
Look, here's what I need now for anybody that's listening. I need a way to get a iPad, or if I had to go to a tablet, because I hate a Droid. But I need an iPad or a Droid that I can get on Metro PCS.
Oh, you're going to have to get an iPad then.
So I need to find out. I need to find out which one of them.
I don't think Droids do that.
Yeah, I think you get
unless you go the high end, maybe a high.
I don't know,
Droid,
but that's what I was asking Alex if he had the iPad Mini, because it's bigger than the 6 Plus, but it's not quite as bad as the Air or as big as the Air. Because what I want, I'll tell everybody what I want. What I want is I'm using GPS on my bike. I was pricing out what it was going to cost to buy a bigger GPS because they have one with a 7-inch screen. But then at the same time, I'm like, so I'm going to spend this amount of money for something that has a 7-inch screen that I'm only going to use when I ride my motorcycle. and or I might throw it in the van here and there because it's a GPS. So I said, why don't I find a tablet that I can get to run on the Metro PCS signal, and then I can use it as my GPS when I'm on the bike or in the van. But then I would still have a tablet with unlimited data.
Yeah, well,
can't you hotspot?
Any iPad with a SIM card takes a SIM card should run on Metro PCS, but you would have to put a Metro PCS SIM in
it, and that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
because
now, T-Mobile. Let me tell you this: on T-Mobile, who own Metro PCS, for tablets, they give you 200 megabytes of data for free every single month for any tablet.
It's not much, though.
I know it's not much, but just for navigation.
Yeah, if I was using it for navigation. But you see my point, because then I would have a tablet that I can, like, I've got my Pro, my iPad Pro it's got my AT&T service, which is great when I go places, but I couldn't like stream a lot because it comes off of my data plan that I already have that goes to my phone. So I would want something that I could stream anytime, anywhere, blah, 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 blah. Of course, with Metro PCS, if you're using the GPS and you get somewhere and you don't have signal, well, then you'll have GPS. That is a downfall. I do understand that. So
yeah, I would just look for any any tablet that takes a SIM card should work.
My hack buddy just sent me a message that says, yes, you can install that on Apple TV.
Interesting. I've never seen that. I'm guessing you have to. Well, actually, I think it's first and second gen Apple TVs. I don't think it will work.
He's listening, so he'll type back in a second.
I don't think it'll work on third and fourth generation Apple TVs. I might be wrong. If he has new information,
I got second gen, so if I could get it on second gen, that'd be awesome.
I'd love for him to call in and go over that.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. Mike's getting jealous that you're taking some of his time.
All right.
See you later. God. See what happens. Me and Alec get a little tech talk going on, and Mike just gets left out.
Yeah, get some freaking scented candles.
Mike thought he knew something.
I'll be hugging Alex later.
Well, you know what? I don't. You asked me to dumb it down, and then when your girlfriend, boyfriend, or friend with benefits, whatever.
He remember at that one place, we were at the Mystic Grill, and Alex gets his drink, I get my drink. We're staying in a bar, and he goes, "So you come here often?" And I'm just like, oh. He said, no. I didn't mean it like a pickup line. And the problem is, as I stepped back from Alex when he said it, didn't know Travis was behind me, and his little dong almost poked me in the butt. So then Travis was like, hey, don't be backing that thing up on me. I'm like, well, don't be pushing your pelvic forward. Mike, you started an uncomfortable conversation this morning.
Well, the thing about it, too, in Alex's defense, he had never been there. So he was just kind of looking around.
Alex was just being nice. Now, Travis was trying to molest me.
He had his drink, and he was kind of looking around, and he goes, hey, you come here often like that. And we all kind of went, ooh.
That's when Alex realized we were just done with the Vampire Diaries thing. And that's when Alex looked up. You know, he's looking around. He'd never been in there. He's like, man, this is really cool. And he said that. And then he looks down and goes, oh, crap. I didn't mean it like that. All right, you guys, we're going to go potty again. We'll be right back. It's Just for Fun in the Morning. Don't go anywhere.
Jeff Matthias, quit me.
Travis says you loved it and you know it. That's funny.
Liked it and you know it.
What? Yeah, I know it. I do it twice. I told you I did. I said I farted twice in there. That you do now. You nasty bastard. It's kind of weird.
Look, we do almost have that married relationship. I don't listen to you. Like me and get a boner.
Ooh. Hate when I can't spell.
That's the smell part.
Damn right I did.
Wee, that's rough when you open the door.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah, man.
Door.
And I'm already in there like this going, no, you can't just stop.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Oh, no. I was about to send a text to Alex says, who the F's do you? Right.
All right, everybody, we back. I wanted to point out something. So this morning I wrote a little something on my page 2 hours ago. Everybody can go check it out.
He goes pee and then bam,
It says, I have not read much of anything good on Facebook this morning. So I said, on a lot of pages, I see some Democrats, a.k.a. Democrats, posting nasty stuff on other people's page. So I said, I don't care if you vote D or R, and I go on this long spiel about how people should treat people.
Spill, rant.
Then this other girl goes, calling them Democrats is doing the same thing. So do you know what my reply was? My page to do as I want. But thanks, because now she has just come on my page and done exactly what I said. Don't go to other people's page to get stupid.
What, Scotty? It's social media. What are you supposed to do?
And look at her. Why are you getting mad? I'm simply pointing out that you're doing the same thing.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly what's happening. You are.
Nice typing.
Oh, my God.
But she's too stupid to see it. Why are you getting mad? And she posed, you're doing the same thing, slamming others for doing it.
Yeah.
I did not go to her page to do it. That's how stupid are people. I'm pointing out that you don't go to other people's pages to start slamming people.
The shadow looks like somebody's up on your roof, dude.
It does.
That's
okay.
spooky.
Okay, stop. Did you see that? So I posted
I just pointed it out.
Listen to me. I sent that very same picture. But you see, the corner of the house wasn't in the picture. Only that image was in the picture. I sent that in our message board the other day, and I said, Steph, look, I caught a clown on video. So she types back, says, where? Across the street? Yeah. I went, no, keep looking at the picture. She goes, is it standing near the bus? No, Stephanie, keep looking at the picture. She goes, I'm trying. I think I see something in the trees across the house, across the street. And I'm like, no, Stephanie, look in the lower left-hand corner of the picture. She goes, oh, the shadow? Duh, Stephanie, because it looks like a body.
Doesn't look like a body. It looks like a man standing there.
Wouldn't that be a shadow of a body?
I like the way he goes. He goes, do you see that? Well, yeah. Kind of the one I just said, do you see that? Well, that's okay. Ah! Even Scotty's got to take credit for something that someone else points out about his place. Yeah, so go ahead and flame this girl for it. The poor thing is just making a comment on your page. So
no, I find it funny. She says, why are you getting mad? I'm simply pointing out that you're doing the same thing you're slamming others for. You are not getting it. You are not getting it. Did I go to your page and start an argument with you? That you're not getting the point. Now she says, no, but you did post in a public forum and you're calling people dumb. It's the same thing.
Yes, it is.
You are proving the point. You are proving the point all by yourself. Do I even need to keep? I feel like I got a carrot on a fishing rod and I'm hanging it 2 feet in front of a jackass's mouth and I'm walking you down a long dead end dirt road. You're leading yourself right into the point.
And here we go.
Aren't you kind of considered a public figure? That doesn't change the point that I'm proving the point that you bit for the friggin' carrot.
First person that goes neener wins. First person that types neener.
It's just funny. It's just funny.
It's not funny. It isn't. It's not funny because...
How is it not funny?
Because it's a double standard, Scotty. You're doing exactly what you're
I'm
saying
making
other people
fun of people that go on other people's page. I caught you winking. I'm making fun of people who go on other people's pages to pick fights.
And I was winking
And
because Casey's hair is nice today.
Is she
thank
not?
you.
Is she not doing that? Do you see? I could keep typing. I could keep
I'm
typing.
sure you will.
No, but I'm leading her down this dead end dirt road.
You're not going to let her have the last word, are you?
My point is,
he's not.
listen, she's the one going, why are you getting mad? Which already indicates that her engine's revved a little bit, right? I could type something else and she's going to get more revved. And I could actually turn this into exactly what I'm talking about. I can't understand why people do.
There's a clown on your roof.
Where is it across the street in those trees? I think I see it.
Is it by
Nope,
the
it's a
van?
dead body in the pond.
Oh my God. How did she know it was a 27?
I don't know.
That freaked me
That
out.
kind of was a trip too.
Yeah, they're pulling a dead body out of the lake. Okay, so
She knew a lot about it.
and do they fish in that lake?
This woman, aren't you kind of considered a public figure? I could be wrong,
I tried, dude.
but I thought you were.
I've tried like 3 times.
I should say you should be listening to the station.
You need to divert. Casey, I need your help. I'm ejecting.
No, this is funny. This is the whole point. It's like finding that bad key on a piano that doesn't jive, and people keep going ding, 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 ding. They just keep hitting that bad key.
You're gonna have to form words, Casey.
I know. I'm trying to decide what to say.
What is there to say? What is y'all's point of view on this?
Okay. All right. This is my opinion on Facebook.
Yes.
Facebook is an extension of my house.
Yes.
What I say on you're gonna what?
Casey sounds like what I say, Mike.
Extension of your
listen,
house.
let me finish. Okay?
Are you making payments? Do you have to have PMI?
Let me finish this.
Do you have utility?
Okay, look. Okay.
Oh my God,
okay. Anyway, what I say on my Facebook is what I would say in my house. If you come into my house, would you say what you say to me on Facebook? Probably not. I would. Well, you would, but.
Hey!
I'm muted.
Whoa!
You gon' cuss. I did hear you.
You can't hear me.
I heard you, you idiot.
But I also think people are way too sensitive over stuff. I mean,
yeah, he's talking about you, Scotty.
I just find it funny because what I'm saying is I made it, and me and Alex gets what I was talking about this morning. I typed this to point out why people just come at people. And I find it funny that this woman thinks that she has to be the voice of the friggin' free world and voice out that I shouldn't. She wants to be the one to point out that I should just accept how people act on Facebook. And I'm not going to accept it.
But
you try to treat your gun as an extension of your penis.
That's why I use a Barrett M82. 50 cal.
Okay, so come on with what your point is.
683 grains.
What I say on my Facebook is my opinion.
Yes.
It's my opinion.
If you don't like my opinion, skip it.
That's my point. If you don't agree with me, just skip it. Why do you feel so compelled that you have to jump on? If I see something Casey post and I don't agree with it, I just don't comment. I'm not going to get into that stupid battle.
I don't get on Facebook battles, Scotty.
It's stupid. It is insanely stupid. But what she's doing is she's becoming entertainment. She is now what she doesn't realize is aren't you kind of considered a public figure? Well, there's senators that are reading what this lady's writing.
Don't you realize that you're arguing?
Which is proving the point. This is like my daughter when Emmy, who's 20, looked at Zaylee, who's 2, and says, my daddy. And Zaylee goes, my daddy. And Emmy goes, well, he was my daddy first. And Zaylee goes, he's my daddy. And I said, Emmy, you do know you're arguing with a 2-year-old. Like, you're not going to win. It's pointless. It's silly. And that's what my post was about, was to point out that people are doing just obscenely stupid things on Facebook.
I think it should be pointed out that if you argue with a 2-year-old, you're already lost the battle.
It's just funny. Like, why do people feel so compelled to friggin' argue on Facebook. It's just Facebook. You can go on your page and you can type that I like to eat pine cones with Thousand Island dressing. Am I going to argue with you on that? That is insanely stupid. No, I'm going to go back and go, I think you like ranch.
I think you should.
I think ranch is much better on pine cones. It accents the pine flavor.
I have actually gotten in an argument with somebody about putting ketchup on eggs. Do you put ketchup on your scrambled eggs?
So, but that's my point. My point is, I find it funny that everybody jumps on this bandwagon.
Come
on, boys and girls. You want some cookies?
I'm lactose intolerant.
It just blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know why though. My name is Casey Durham, and I'm the tax man.
My name is Casey Durham, and I'm the tax man.
That's all. I'm just poking y'all. And what this, I don't mean to be mean to this young lady, but I just find it funny. You know what it is? I catfished this morning. I threw a liver on the hook. I threw the hook in the water, and now people are biting. And that is the point. The point is, why do people feel so compelled? Like, this girl lives in Kentucky. Like, she doesn't listen to the show. She doesn't know me from Adam's Tomcat, Alley Cat, whatever the saying is. Has no clue who I am. She does. Has no real true beliefs of knowing or acknowledging anything to do with me. And then just wants to jump on the bandwagon.
Yeah, apparently she
look, let's go to her page. Yeah. Let's go to her page. We're not going to throw her name out there, but let's go to her page and let's see.
Crap.
Let's see what she's putting. What kind of dumbass attacks Clinton in a bar? Okay, Clint Eastwood in a bar. Sorry, I just saw the Clinton real fast. You know, if you're going to post your stuff, should anybody come to your page and try to argue with you? Like, it's stupid.
I say let's attack her. She's got to put something.
Well, and what's funny is I don't really see her putting anything political.
She has an ugly dog.
You don't see her putting political.
She has an ugly dog.
So I'm not trying to pick on her. I just find it funny that,
she had big hair in the 80s.
But this kind of goes back to what you said earlier when you made the comment about some people come to your page to fight because they're not smart enough to put it on their page to fight. I'm not saying she's not smart enough.
Yeah, I didn't say smart enough.
What words did you use?
I said that people in general, because you were talking about people were going to your page to hack off of your popularity.
To start arguments.
Right. Look, I was saying that people, what they do, they don't post it on theirs because they don't want to take ownership of an actual thread of a comment.
Exactly, okay, so the only thing I see, October 16th, she posts a picture of Clinton waving and Chelsea saying, "Dad, knock it off. That's Bruce Jenner." So apparently she's not pro Clintons. Well, if that's the case, then why are you even letting the word Democrat bother you?
Well,
or are you just looking for a reason to jump on a hook this morning?
It's not Democrat that's bothering her. It's your concept. It's the concept of what you're arguing about. And look, oh, no, that's you.
It's just odd. I don't understand why people these days find it necessary. Like, look, let's just scroll down my Facebook, right? So I've got 5,000 people I can choose from. 5,000 people, not counting followers if I really wanted to go that route. So let's just scroll. Publix, okay, I'm not going to go call this guy out. Publix finally called me and I passed the drug test. Well, why the hell do you need a drug test? Are you a pothead? Should I type that?
Really? And why did you pass?
Why are you bragging because you passed it? Because you just smoked the bowl last night?
Loser.
I mean, I could go type that, but why be that guy? That's the kind of, I don't know the guy, so of course I would never type that.
That's why they call it trolling.
But that's what I'm like, come on, dude, people.
Do you realize every single solitary
How about this?
thing I
How about
post
this? Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to send me all those wonderful birthday wishes.
Aww.
So should I go underneath it and go, why, do you suck as a human and you didn't expect anybody to send you any?
I double dare you to do
No, that's my point, though, Mike.
Triple dog.
That's my point. What, did you actually believe people hated you and nobody was going to say happy birthday and they loved you?
Do it.
That's my point. Why are people being so stupid?
Is it really your birthday?
Here's one. All prayer warriors, please send prayers. Okay, I'm not going to read any more of that. I actually know this lady. She's a great lady. But I could, if I wanted to be a Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you need prayers? Does your life suck?
Yeah, do it.
But that's my point. Why do people fall for the stupid stuff and go act idiots? Is there a gene now that is in our brains that make us have Tourette's of the fingers and we can't control what we go on type on Facebook?
No, it's called social ability. And
Tourette's of fingers.
That's what social media is all about. It's the fact that somebody can post something and people
are always going to get their noses in everybody else's business. There's a select few that will keep moving past.
If we don't comment on each other's freaking Facebook posts, Facebook is going to be a lot like Twitter.
So Alex says, she's saying you're being a hypocrite.
Yeah, because you are being a hypocrite.
And he says, she's saying that, not me.
Oh, yeah, he's not going to start.
But here's the thing. If you read through what I wrote, my post is saying here's Hillary's a crook. I don't care what good she's done. Hillary's a crook. Do you remember how we counted the other day, Mike? And we had to explain that 2, 3, and 4 come after 1. The number one thing I'm addressing is that people are going to other people's pages and typing stupid stuff. The other paragraph I wrote under that is after the fact I said people are going and typing stupid stuff on other people's pages. And what did she do? Type something stupid. That's the whole point now, isn't it? It's hilarious. The whole point is people are going to other people's pages and typing stupid stuff.
I do that.
People are going to other people's pages and typing stupid stuff. That's the whole point.
I do that. Everything I post.
Little Richard says my life sucks because I'm short.
Yeah, see? And we know
so
that.
For Alex to point out the being a hypocrite, did I go to her page and type that? No.
Everything I post.
That's my point. Other people are just trolling onto other people's pages to type stupid stuff.
That's what you do. You comment.
If you're friends with somebody and you want to comment something nice, like here's a pretty picture of Zay, and somebody says, "Oh, she's so adorable." That's what you do. But if I posted Zay took a poop in her diaper today, should somebody else go on there and go, "I bet that stinks because all the crap y'all feed her, y'all suck as parents"? Why would somebody type that?
Because I was bored.
You're an idiot.
I just farted too.
You're an idiot. That's my point, is the people that just troll on Facebook. Like this. I could look at this picture and go, look at how they're dressed at that wedding. The husband's got a smile. The wife's got a smile. But that baby, God almighty, you nasty. You just... Why did you do that in the studio?
Where was I supposed to do it?
Okay, you can't do that during a show. You could have excused yourself and go outside.
You can't do it during a show.
Eyes are watering.
That is hard. Get the lights off, Casey. Grab the lights off. Take the headphones off before you stand up.
Let me explain.
You are nasty.
You can do that during a show.
Just because you can don't mean you should.
Right, I agree.
Be careful spraying it because that's gonna stink.
Okay,
Mike,
so
you
I
are
look
horrible.
at this picture. Okay, the first thing I think
you are horrible, Mike.
is if these two are getting married today, illegitimate child.
But should you go on there and type it?
If you would scroll up, I will.
You're an idiot.
But that's what
You're
you
an
do.
Idiot.
That's what you do.
No, that's what dumb people do to try to start fights with people to entertain themselves.
Fights. I'm just entertaining. Like Jeff Mathias.
You're entertaining yourself. That's what you just said.
Posts some of the stupidest things ever.
On Robitussin.
Yeah, I have never met an adult. Well, that's not 100% sure there. But he does. See, you are scrolling right back.
Oh, because I wanted to see. I wanted to see what her next response would be, but you see, she stopped.
Yeah, because so one of you had to grow up.
But
one of you had to act like an adult.
But the problem
you got to be 13 to have an account or a house in Casey's.
That's right.
But the problem is everybody it's almost like a game of table tennis, and everybody thinks just because she hit it, I got to hit it back. Don't matter if
what the hell do you do?
It don't matter if it's right, wrong, or indifference. I got to hit it back.
Look, $20. I want to play you in table tennis because I'm going to serve 20 times and win because you're not going to hit it back.
Mike, I said people treat Facebook like it's a game of table tennis. If you're playing table tennis, of course you're going to hit it back because you're playing table tennis.
Are we playing at his house? Because Facebook's a lot like his house.
It is like my house.
Mike is such an idiot.
Do you drive up to Facebook?
Yeah. Have you never driven up to Facebook?
No, I never have.
Mike's only driven up to the girls he's met on Facebook.
I have met a lot of girls on Facebook.
Gross.
I actually had a girl break up with
See,
me.
it even says home right there. See home.
I actually had a
Home.
girl break
Home.
up with me because of Facebook. She literally counted how many girls I knew and how many guys I knew.
Just for fun.
Psycho.
Hey, I think I called the right number this time.
I think you did. I
Wait,
think
wait,
you
wait,
did.
wait, wait, wait. Who is this?
Yeah.
Who is this? Is this
Who do you
Little
think it
Richard?
Why, of course it is.
Well, you got to be at least this tall to comment. So,
I hear you. I hear you.
yeah.
No,
Well.
I was actually kind of going back to agreeing with Scottie's point. It's,
Oh, great. Thanks, caller.
Thanks, caller.
well,
Here we go.
I'm just saying, if you think about it, all right, just a general example. I've seen a lot of the Walking Dead posts. Okay, people will go in and say, one person says, "Man, this was the most awesome episode ever," and then somebody will comment on their stuff. "I can't believe you still watched that because it was the grossest episode ever."
Right.
Prime example.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
People are commenting
No,
about
no, no,
stuff
no,
on
no. Let me
Facebook.
prove a point. Stephanie posted something about the show, about the ending, about the guy getting killed or whatever. Somebody else posted, man, I was on my seats with emotion. All these people are typing in stuff. One of our sponsors, a relative of one of our sponsors, let's word it that way, who he doesn't even get on Facebook hardly. He must have just been scrolling. All of a sudden ends up on Stephanie's post and says, "Well, that show's stupid as hell anyways." And I'm going, why did you even feel compelled?
Because it's his opinion.
But if you hate the show, why were you even reading 18 comments of Stephanie's? If you hate the show, what piqued your interest enough to make you read all those comments? Because you hate the show, of course.
Well, you might hate the Stephanie, but
why? Why even waste your energy on that? You could have went on down there and said, "I love Hee Haw," and typed on that page.
Did you say Hee Haw?
I'm using that as an example.
Hey, Haw.
Hee Haw.
Hey.
I think people are compelled to
Stop
create
using the
an-
word compelled. Jesus, you
But
use it once.
it's like being a kleptomaniac. How do you resist?
Well, don't go to Casey's house, I guess. I don't know.
Take my stuff.
What? Jeez.
But you get my point. If you don't like The Walking Dead and you see Stephanie post a comment about The Walking Dead,
don't read it.
If you don't like The Walking Dead, then what made you look at it to begin with? And then what made you go, view other comments and read 16 to 18 comments just so you can leave one that says, "I think the show's stupid"? What is the reason?
Just interest. Just read.
But if you're not interested in the show, then why are you interested in the comments? That's what I'm asking, Mike.
How do you learn anything new? Oh my God. Rednecks are a pain in the ass and a general anchor on the growth of our society. Seriously.
Where does any of that come in relative with this?
You don't read new stuff.
Mike, but I'm pointing out, you're being very narrow-minded for you to be pointing out that I'm being narrow-minded. What I'm saying is if
narrow-minded to the second power.
If you don't like The Walking Dead and Stephanie's making a post about The Walking Dead, then what made you go click and read all those comments to then leave a negative comment?
Drama. People like
So,
drama. There's
right, but
somebody all bit out of shape.
There you go. We should have a psychiatrist come on the show who could actually look into this more, because my point is if you have no interest in it, then why are you trying to get all up in the Kool-Aid?
I don't think we should have a psychologist, because those people can literally make a phone call and have you locked up. That shit's real. Yeah, they can.
Mike's scared of his diagnosis.
Yeah, they can write prescriptions.
Mike will be like, "Wait a minute, I didn't know you were coming here to give me a second opinion."
Yeah, they can call 911 and say 1013, and I'm eating Jello for 3 days.
But everybody, do y'all see my point in which I'm getting? I don't. I think what the problem is. Here's what I think the problem is.
Breathe, Scottie.
We try to tell Democrats how wrong Hillary Clinton is, and they don't want to hear it. Correct? Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Everybody can agree with that. I think we are having a conversation about how people act on Facebook, and we can't really determine why they're doing it. and the guy who must be one of them is arguing their point.
Okay.
Mike, any comment? Do you still not get what I'm saying?
I
think you're one of those trolls because you're willing to argue their point.
No, I just say that I read a lot of stuff on Facebook that I have no interest in.
But do you go leave nasty negative comments on it?
If I have a nasty negative comment to leave. Sure. I often
my God.
If people post things against religion,
I got it. It's because people believe their opinions are important enough to be seen.
well, don't you feel like your opinion? If you don't feel like your opinion is important enough to be seen or read, then
I believe my opinion on my page is important enough that I can post what I want.
So you
I don't
post anything else.
believe that I should go to this woman's page when she goes and buys a new dress. Should I read 46 comments of everybody saying, it looks like you've been going to the gym, your hair looks good, I like the shoes, I like the dress. Should I read 46 of them and go down there and go, I think you look like a slut?
Not if you come up with that determination before you get to 46. Hey, man.
But I'm saying, why should somebody be that person, Mike? If you have something negative to say, just don't say nothing.
If you are looking at a woman in a picture and she looks like a slut, don't read all those.
Mike's like, forward her to me.
Don't.
Mike's like, share her picture to me.
Do
That's
not,
it.
by any circumstances, read all of those comments. If you have already formed a slutty opinion, just go to comments and leave it right there, because I don't want to read 47 comments to come to the conclusion that the woman is available.
You're an idiot.
Sluts are sluts. That's all I can say.
But does everybody get what I'm saying?
Absolutely not. I'm still thoroughly convinced.
Why are there joy stealers everywhere?
Because that's the world we live in.
Drama.
If somebody posts something,
if you don't like it, just don't pay attention to it.
No, that's not how this works.
Y'all, it's called catfishing, and you idiots are jumping on the hooks.
No, that's not catfishing. Listen, if somebody posts something stupid, or somebody posts about Hillary Clinton, okay, and about how great of a job. Okay, I'll give you a case in point. There was a woman the other day that posted that President Obama should be awarded or should be recognized as being the best president we have ever had. So my comment was, what are you basing your opinion on? Now, the woman couldn't give me any of his accomplishments because I feel they're few and far between. But the fact is she basically said, because he is. And I said, well, no, he's not. So you see what I'm saying is right now we got a neener situation going. So yeah. Okay. What about the guys that were from Valdosta State that were standing on the flag? I posted a picture of me and a couple of my compadres holding up an American flag with our rifles in Afghanistan on a landing zone. Okay. 10,000 comments on that. You see what I'm saying is, if you see somebody standing on the flag, what?
Hey, Low Rich, let me catch this real quick.
Don't you want to comment?
All right. Just for fun.
I know you comment.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Who is
Hey,
this?
Mike, you don't have to read my stuff if it's so stupid.
Well, no, I do.
Alex just said kind of what I was saying. He's like, hell, I just post stuff to annoy people sometimes to get a reaction. How about this? Like, I'm reading this guy Tim's page. Tim's comment says, I'm really thinking about getting butt implants. Now,
oh, don't you comment.
Am I going to just scroll past that? Of course I'm going to scroll past that. He is just trying to get you to say something. I think you got a flat ass.
Yeah.
I mean, he is begging you to say something.
Don't you comment.
And I think, come on, man.
No. No.
He's begging you to say something. And some dumb ace will get on there and get in an argument with him.
Oh, if you tell me where that post is, I'll start.
But come on, a grown man. I'm thinking getting button plates. He is right now. I swear he's got to be listening to the show because he is living proof. Not that he's going and starting a fight, but you see that he knows it's going to happen. He's doing this because he's like, Watch this. I know some dumbass is going to post something stupid, and I'm going to get to argue with them.
I don't do it to argue. I just do it to get a smile out of people.
You do it because you don't have any friends.
But think about it, you guys. I mean, it's silly.
The cussing.
Okay, so Scotty, you don't post your opinion on anybody's pages.
I do not go to other people's opinion post and try to get started. The only thing I've done today, actually, I didn't do it today. I did it. And I did this. I did this about 2 or 3 days ago. There's a woman on somebody else's political page, not a personal page, a political page, that called Van Ness a crook. And I went on there and said, "Where are you getting your information on why you think she's a crook?"
Well, you've got some nerve.
And I didn't post anything other than, "Where did you get your information?"
You posted your opinion.
Is that an opinion or is that a question, Mike?
It's a questionable opinion.
So I said, "Where did you get your information for you to form this opinion about her being a crook?" Because she's now over on a different political person's page trying to slander Janice Van Ness by calling her a crook. She says, "I don't have to give you my answer or my opinion. It's my opinion," which is correct. You don't. But then she does go on there to say, "Years ago, I tried to get my son enrolled into her school, and there was this huge thing of information they had to find out, blah, 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 so her kid didn't get enrolled." So you want to call the owner of the school a crook because your son didn't get into her school?
Maybe the son should have been smarter.
Well, that means something didn't get met to be able to be in the school. How is she a crook?
How did you become, one, any form of subject matter expert on her school administration? Two, why do
He's
you
not
feel
even
like
listening, is
why
he?
do I feel like it's your job to defend a magnificent and
what did I tell you earlier today that I can't stand watching my friends get beat up on Facebook when they can't defend themselves? Just like my friend that got in trouble
or a bar,
and other people want to yell at her and complain.
But why do you think you got to jump in there and defend people? Because now you're doing exactly what you say you don't want people doing, right?
I asked a question on a political page.
I'm going to say something. You're a sissy. Okay,
No,
you're a sissy.
I have to be really careful.
Why?
Right now,
Mike, quit being an instigator.
He's such a wood.
He's not.
I'm running for office. I have to be careful.
So you got
what I say.
Well, you got a W behind your name.
I'm a Democrat too. Okay, so
hey, I don't say you are a Democrat. I call the people that purposely go out and start fights with people. Just somebody post something about Trump, and then other people want to go over there and start cussing the person. If I post something about Trump and a Democrat who's on my friends list wants to come to my page and start arguing with me, you're dumb. That's why I call you a Democrat. You're going to come to my page and argue with me. All that's going to do is get you deleted and blocked.
For having an opinion.
No. There's a difference between having an opinion and just wanting to be that person that wants to come to my page and argue, because I'm not going to argue with you.
What if they have a difference of opinion?
I don't care what your opinion is. You're not going to come to my page. You're not going to come to my page and you're not listening to me. You're not going to come to my page and start a fight and start pissing off other people on my page. That's not going to happen. This picture right here, that's the whole thing that started this whole belief. Well, not the belief, but I watched this girl post this picture and people that she didn't even know come on her page and want to start yelling at her and talking stupid and typing stupid stuff at her. That's her page. You go on your page and type all the stupid stuff you want, but you don't attack people on Facebook. I think it's very low class.
Is the post right here on the right somewhere that I can read it? I won't comment on names or anything. I'm just interested now because you really have kind of made a big deal about it.
Well, here, I'll go put you in it and let you go back and read all of it.
That's cool. Because I'll talk about it tonight. I don't care. I'm something like this. I kind of know where it's going because, and I've got somebody else, Casey, that's going to be calling in that here again, it's one of these deals that it seems like the people that I talk to, I don't know a lot of Democrats. Now, obviously you're at a different level Okay,
Right.
your local and
local,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about on the national level.
There's a huge difference between the local Democrats
big
and the
time,
national.
big
Just
time,
just
yeah.
to let our people know that.
Yeah, they do. I
Huge
think so.
difference.
But okay, so we're talking about on the national level. Democrats are supposed to be following that concept of thought. Okay,
Right.
so when I say I don't like Hillary Clinton, I mean what I'm
Right.
saying. I do not care for the person Hillary Clinton.
Right.
Okay, I'm tagging you in the main
that's
friggin'
cool.
36 comments of this.
That's cool. That's cool. And see, I'll go back and read it,
Right.
and that's just because I'm interested. But okay, so this gentleman's going to call in tonight, hopefully. Now, here's the thing: is he doesn't want Trump. Okay, so to me, that makes you either. What the hell are we listening to, Jeff? Are you on a roller
Are
coaster?
you breathing into your phone?
No, it's brought the dog out. It's the wind blowing.
All right. Well, tell the dog to be quiet. So
Bella, be quiet.
you got a dog named Bella too?
Yes, I do.
It's a never-ending story.
Oh my!
It's a
God.
never-ending story.
Did you fly out
Mike,
of Scotty's
could you
butt?
please keep
You did. didn't
on
you?
topic?
Did you give birth to him?
Mike,
Okay. So,
God.
all right, people that don't want Trump, okay, it seems like I'm running across this a lot, is they don't want Trump, but then once we start talking about Democrats, they don't want Democrats either. So
Right.
then, okay, so what's your choice here? Because I think we all know the third choice, the independent, is that guy is just whacked out of
Look. I showed an example last night. I can't do it now. Here, let's show an example.
Watch this video too if you have a chance. So when I'm
Everybody, I want everybody to watch. Okay, this is called a trash can. This piece of paper is called your vote for the guy that's not Clinton and not Trump. You see this where I'm just balling it up and I'm chunking it in that trash can? That's what you just did with your vote as a citizen of the United States. You just wasted your vote and probably can screw up and put in the wrong person in power. There you go. My example.
all right, but now,
Yeah, but if you don't like
yeah.
if you don't like Clinton or Trump, why would you vote for either one of them?
My God, I feel like I'm talking to a third grader.
No, he has the right to vote for who he wants.
You do, but you do realize this
So
third
either way, my
party. Listen, hold on. You're asking me a question. This third party stands absolutely no chance in hell of winning. So
Don't vote is
why?
what you're saying.
Oh no, I'm not saying don't vote. I'm saying you better use your conscience and choose what you think is going to be the best for our country.
And if you don't think Trump or Clinton is the best, why
Then-
would you vote?
So then just waste it. If you
If I
okay,
don't vote,
Jeff,
it's
let me put it in
wasted. If I
Jeff.
vote,
Wait,
it's
wait,
wasted.
let me put it in Jeff and Redneck Steph. Let me put it where y'all can understand. I'm thirsty. I have Bush and Bush Light to choose from. But I don't
Robitussin.
like
Sorry.
either one of them. So I guess I just ain't going to drink nothing.
No,
That's
go
the
to
dis-
Robitussin.
That's the decision, though, man. We're going to screw up and lose our country if we don't make some kind of decision. I can't tell you, I'm so proud of my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law, me and her have fought and had horrible disagreements forever and ever, amen. Like, we do not leave comments on each other's Facebook anymore because I'll cuss her, and she knows I'll cuss her because she's done stupid stuff on my page before.
On Facebook?
On Facebook.
On her page?
No, she's come to my page and said stupid stuff, and it led to me and her sending private messages with me saying, look, you do know you're going to have to see me at Christmas. You better shut your mouth. So
your vote's going to be wasted either way.
So she made a conscious decision the other day after really listening to all these debates with Clinton. She said, listen, I don't like Trump, but I can't with a clear conscience put this woman in office. Not after the aborting a baby, not after all the thing that's come to light about Clinton. I just can't with a clear conscience put her in office. And if I don't vote, then I'm helping Clinton get in office. So you have to make a decision on what you're willing to do as a United States citizen. Either don't vote and then you just walk away and hope you have a clear conscience and it don't come back to haunt you later. Because what's going to happen if she gets in office and we all get screwed and you're going to go one Saturday, Sunday morning drinking coffee, you're going to look across the table at your wife and go, man, just think, I may have been able to stop this from happening with my one vote. Maybe my vote, maybe my wife's vote, maybe my 18-year-old daughter's vote. Maybe that could have stopped our world from coming to a horrible destruction. That's all I was trying to say, Jeff. You do what you want. It's your vote, man.
But if everybody thought that way and they say, okay, this guy isn't going to get in office because nobody else is going to vote, and everybody votes that way, then he could end up in office.
The math behind all this, I think applied more when Trump was really trailing. You see what I'm saying? And I think that, but now these two are head to head, man. And
this dude, this third party, come on, man, be reasonable. He's never gonna make it.
He's a monkey. He's a monkey in the
But
ranch.
see, that's
He's
the mentality I'm
flying
talking about, Scott. If everybody thought that way,
it's called being realistic. It's called being realistic. Okay, me and you are at a red light. Mike's on a big wheel. You're on a push and go scooter, and I'm on a motorcycle. Who stands a chance of winning this race?
Me, because I'm going to flatten your damn tire.
You can't talk to white.
I know. I'm arguing with Mr. Robitussin here.
You know what?
You know what? Zaley, that's my daddy. No, it's my daddy. That's what I'm arguing
You're
with.
arguing with a 2-year-old. So who really is the
Now, if everybody remembers, the original story was about why do people go to other people's pages and start conversations and argument, and now Jeff called in to be that guy.
No, he didn't. Jeff called in to say that he has the right, regardless what anybody else says or any other situation, he has the right to vote for who he wants to.
Yes.
And if it's the third person.
You do have that right. And all I'm trying to say is try to know that your vote actually can make a damn difference.
And that's my point.
And voting on that loser ain't making no difference, though. But voting on that dude ain't making a difference, Jeff.
If you think about it, Scott, everybody that says my vote's not going to count getting this guy in, if they actually voted for that guy, then he could potentially.
But nobody wants to vote him in, Jeff, or he would be running up against Trump right now with numbers like Trump and Clinton, but nobody wants him.
Man, you guys tired me.
Sometimes I worry about you, Scott.
I'm checking my Facebook
now.
Oh
my God.
I just feel, Scotty, I gotta tell you, man.
Hey, wait a minute, Scott. Did you just unfriend me?
Scotty, I gotta tell you, I just don't. I've got this feeling in my heart that you're just not being fair about all this.
How do I gotta be fair?
Well,
I'm not running for Senate. I've not got any democracy crap. There's no democracy happening at this table.
I know. I just, it's weird.
Tell me how I got to be fair on this.
Well, I'm not saying you got to be fair on this, but if you want other people to understand your position on it, isn't it normal to think that you would have an understanding of his position on this? I kind of get. I know Jeff's being a pain in the butt.
Here's what I understand. Here's what I understand.
I get this a lot with religion. More
this other guy doesn't stand a chance.
Okay.
So why waste an important vote on him?
Okay, first off, you don't know that. You can't see the future.
Oh my God.
No, I'm serious.
And that's my point.
I'm serious.
Okay. Keep going.
What if and stranger things have happened in the world. What if everybody is truly sick of Donald and Hillary? And everybody does.
Listen,
vote.
if this guy was worth a crap,
dude, he's number 3.
Listen to me. If this guy was truly worth a crap, and I really believed that he could give those two a run for his money, hell, I would vote him in.
Have you paid attention to him though?
I have.
I've listened to a couple things come out of his mouth, and he might as well have Al Gore's hand up his butt because he sounds about ridiculous as Al Gore.
And I got to tell you, he is one of those people that makes mistakes like the Republican, the female that said the number one cause of homicides.
I just got his Jeff
death.
Ken the redneck stamp.
There was a woman that made a comment here recently, and she basically said the number one cause of homicides in her district was death. So you just kind of lean back and go, what the hell did I just read? But then you've also got, what Aleppo. What's Aleppo? Well, it's the second largest city in the most hottest spot in the world.
Let me just dumb this down. Joe Leeper works at Chrysler Jeep Eagle.
All right, Joe Leeper, we're dumbing it for you.
Certified master at what he does.
Yes.
Got all the certifications.
Yes, sir.
I know how to work on cars.
Yes, sir.
Jeff has no clue.
Nope.
If the three of us right now, hold on, Jeff. If the three of us right now, we're all trying to get a job at Ford, they're going to go, Leeper really knows what he's doing, but he don't know nothing about Fords.
Mm-hmm.
Scotty says he knows how to work on cars a little bit, but we don't know. And then Jeff already admitted he don't know crap.
All these people calling in at 10:30.
So then why would anybody vote for Jeff to become the mechanic?
Because I know where to put my dipstick.
Shut up. I got to answer this call. Bye. Just for fun.
Really, hang up on him.
Just for fun. Is this the craziest show ever? But look, everybody's
calling in after 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
See, because everybody has an opinion.
That's right.
I hope Jeff is still listening.
I hope so too.
I hope he fell off of whatever he said.
Again,
vote Robitussin.
I don't think a third-party vote is a wasted vote because, again, they could split the electoral college. But I go back to the point I made the other day. If we end up with a so-called libertarian, he's not a libertarian, by the way. No. He's willing to trade away our gun rights for legalizing weed.
There you go.
If we end up with him,
you ain't got to worry about nobody shooting up the dope house now.
Right. If we end up with this guy in office, then what? Right? He has no legislative.
Yeah. What if he accidentally won? Wouldn't it be like? Wouldn't it be like when Richard Pryor was in the movie Brewster's Million? All of a sudden, you got this poor guy that has all this money and goes, "What do I do?" Well, let's just buy this.
Well, how could he accidentally win?
It's a joke, Mike. God, it's a radio show, Mike.
Let's say he splits the electoral college and the House nominate him president. We end up with a so-called libertarian in the White House. What then? Nothing. He's either going to partner with the Republicans, which would be ideal, or he's going to partner with the Democrats, in which case we're screwed. More likely with the Democrats because they will offer him legalization of weed in exchange for giving up on
the guns. Right.
He will take that in a
it's all speculation, which also goes back to, Mike, you say you don't like the fact that I'm making the crack that he could win. But what I'm trying to say is, what if everybody right now looked at the news channel and goes, I ain't voting for that see you in Tahiti woman, and I ain't voting for that weird dude right there. I'm voting for the third party because Jeff Mathias gave me some Robitussin and told me my vote matters. And what happens if everybody went and voted the guy in? He could win.
No, I agree. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah. So
do I think it's stupid? Well, hell yeah, I think it's robo-tripping at its finest.
Like I said, I don't think it's a wasted vote. I think it's a dangerous vote. I think it's kind of pointless, and I think it's a little bit stupid, but that's me. I think it's very dangerous.
Don't you have your own show?
I do.
All right. Go work on it.
My show's doing fine.
And now Lauren, and my friend Lauren, who we were addressing the fact of people going to her. Alex, I'm going to tag you in this too, so you can go check it out.
Okay. I'm just going to say something mean.
We're counting on it.
But it just trips me out because if you don't agree now, okay, this is politics. What if I would post? What if I went to my page and said, Jesus Christ is the best God on the planet? And right? What?
Well, I would argue that Christ was the Son of God immediately.
Okay, okay. Now, Mike, where would you go?
Well, I tell you the truth. God help me. I was going to agree with Alex on that one.
Well, unless you believe in the divinity of Christ.
Okay, but pick on the wording. Pick on the wording like everybody else would. What would you say if I said Jesus Christ is the best God on the planet? So pick on it.
Well,
but there's so many. First of all,
I've set you up. There's like 15 things you can say.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ was not a God.
Exactly.
He was the Son of God.
Exactly.
And actually, Christ was his title.
Exactly.
So
Keep
Christ
going.
Jesus.
Keep going.
Yeah, so, I mean.
And he ain't on the planet. Come on, keep going.
But he was, I mean.
But you got any proof of that?
Yeah.
Well, really? What proof do you have, Mike?
No,
See, now I'm arguing and it's my post.
Yeah.
See, my point though is some
Jesus-
dumbass is going to try to argue that.
Okay, but if I'm posting Jesus walked the earth and there's proof that there was a man that walked the earth during this period of time, and you don't agree with that, you see what I'm saying?
Blah, 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 blah.
See?
If I just say Jesus Christ is the best God on the planet, why wouldn't people just go, amen, and walk off?
I'm sure people would. But
Right, but there would have to be one booger that would want to argue it instead of just ignoring it.
It's like you can't have an opinion around you.
No, but oh my God. You're looking at as I'm entitled to an opinion. You are entitled to an opinion, but what
Just
I'm
not
saying,
around you.
What I'm saying is what makes the human beings think because they read it on Facebook that they have to argue with it. It's like a fat guy walking past a piece of brownie and go, "Oh my God, I gotta have a bite," and you can't just walk past it.
I'm missing something. Right?
It's just who we are. You know, you have your opinion. Michael disagrees with you.
See,
and
Mike,
you guys are,
but
you guys
Michael's
have been fighting
saying
about it for 3 hours.
Listen, but Mike's still saying, well, I don't get it. But did I miss something? Transfer. I want you to explain to me what you think my point is, Mike.
I think that you're at a point where you feel that it's your Facebook page and basically everything that you post is your opinion, and other people, if they don't agree with that, they should keep their opinion to themselves or post that information on their particular page.
That's part of what I'm saying, which means you still don't kind of get the point.
I concur that I don't get the point.
That's half of my point. My point is it is my page, and I can say what I want.
Right. But I can't disagree with you.
Well, you can go disagree on your wall. If I gave you a coloring book with your crayons and I had a color book with crayons, you color outside the lines on your page all you want, but you're not leaning over here on my book and coloring outside of my lines because I don't want mine outside the lines. But the point in which I'm making is so much deeper than Facebook.
Okay, well, explain.
My point is what compels these human beings to want to malicious and vicious and just be nasty and attack people on Facebook. I think Casey's seeing the higher level of what I'm saying. I'm using Facebook. I'm using Facebook to point it out.
Casey's a wussy.
I'm only using Facebook as the point out. Facebook is only the vessel of the argument. I'm saying what makes people want to do it.
They have opinions.
Yeah, human people have opinions.
I know. Nature. See, Alex,
but opinions. There's a difference between opinions
Alex,
and
your
wanting.
Opinion got you kicked off this radio network.
There's a difference of having opinions and wanting to fight. Do you really want to have that conversation?
I've been kicked off like 3 times.
The point is, what makes the human beings want to maliciously attack other human beings? It's not.
No.
It can't be just Facebook, Mike.
No, I think, you know what? I think that politics has become so much more in the limelight. It's a discussion that everybody's had. Even redneck Steph is discussing politics. And politics are all about what you believe and voicing your opinion.
But I also believe that this form an opinion and people, I'm not going to say people have the right to act this way on Facebook. What I'm trying to point out is because people are acting this way on Facebook, friends are hating on friends because people think they have a right. Oh, it's my opinion. But now the guy that lives down the road from me, do you know that he used to walk his kid down the sidewalk and wave at me? I told him before I put the pool up, man, anytime the pool's up, I want you and your boy to come swimming. And do you know now we don't wave, we don't speak?
Look, here's the thing.
This is sick is what's happened.
Facebook and social media in general, it's like a big town hall meeting, but it happens 24/7, right? So imagine if we didn't have social media, but we just had a 24/7, meeting with everybody, you would still end up in the same fights. We just have easier access to it. We have
it would be
access
less
to each other.
It would be less though, because look, say me and Alex have a strong dislike for each other, and me and Alex truthfully understand we can hash it out and hug it out. We both know that. That's me and Alex. But now, if me and Alex, every time we had a meeting at the town hall, we got to yelling at one another, and then when the debate would be over, we should be able to shake hands in that parking lot, hug it out, and say, love you, see you later. We should be able to do that. But now what happens if it spills from the debate and then it becomes an argument and a cuss match out in the parking lot? Okay, that's horrible. What if that only happened once a month? That'd be pretty bad, right? What happens when it's every day on Facebook?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
And that's what I was pointing out is instead of it being a once a month, it's every day. Like I watched this guy that was one of my, what I thought was a friend. He would his kid was a little older than Zaylee. Every time he would outgrow something, he would bring it here and give it to Zaylee. I thought he was a super great guy. It's not that I don't think he's a great guy anymore, but what I'm saying is I thought he was such a great guy. Now we don't wave. We don't wave at all. Then I watch him go on somebody else's page and attack that person the same way he attacked my wife. No, that's not permissible. If you're a good guy, you don't do that. But everybody thinks they have all these rights. And it just blows my mind is, what do I always say, Military Mike? When you believe that your rights outweigh my rights, we have a problem.
Right.
So this whole show that's had Mike all wound up about all this and had Casey even on this and now Alex and everybody's wound up. But my whole point goes back to people generally treating each other better. That was all my point was the whole time, Mike.
God, why didn't you start with that?
Because then it wouldn't have made a very interesting show.
Freaking almost 11 o'clock.
If we could have, I love to hear people's opinions. If we can have polite discourse, I'm all for it. If people can inject humor into it, I'm all for it.
That's right.
Yeah, because you are not funny at all, by the way.
Whatever, screw you.
How about this?
If you got something snippy to say, use a bit of sarcasm, use a bit of humor.
That's right. So listen. Little Richard says media thrives on carnage. Video games thrive on carnage. Social media thrives on carnage. And then in capital letters, people who have been brainwashed try to thrive on carnage. And that's the problem is I believe we've become that society, unfortunately.
Hell, even comedy shows these days thrive on carnage.
Oh, I mean, dude,
the carnage of
the reality.
I watched The Last Man Standing, and I watched how they were just they have been slamming Democrats the whole show. This whole season, I've been laughing at them slamming Democrats. All of a sudden, they do the Halloween episode, and Tim the Tool Man is slamming the hell out of Trump. I'm like, wait a minute. You've been the guy the whole show calling Democrats dumb, and now all of a sudden you're slamming on national television, you're slamming Trump. And that just trips me out.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that, on the fence post stuff. Hey, Alex, got you on the phone, and we got listeners. How do you want to do this on election night? Do you want to... Go ahead, sir.
We're going to be hopefully all in the same studio.
Okay.
We will stream to Facebook, obviously, over the Just for Fun app. And I actually was going to talk to Scottie about doing a trial run Thursday evening. I don't know if Ladies Talk
they are doing it. Yeah, they are doing it this one.
They are? Okay.
When is it? Maybe, I was going to say, let's just shoot for one day next week to try it. Thursday night would be the best. Oh, excuse me, Wednesday nights. But you do a show Wednesday night, don't you?
Well, the election is a week from Tuesday, right?
Oh, crap.
Yeah. It's right around the quarter.
Well, I know Wednesdays are easy, unfortunately, a weekend is easy too because, can't say it's easy, but it's easier because there's not a night show happening here.
Okay, well, I'll touch base with you. Yeah. Maybe I'll come in one evening this weekend or during the day this weekend and just do a trial run. We just got to work out the logistics, getting your board, plugging your board into my mixer and feeding my mixer back to you, and we'll be all set.
Now, is Danny going to be able to participate?
Yes,
yes.
That's cool. That's why it's important for, obviously I need to get Scott's mics into my mixer and then be able to feed Danielle back into his mixer. But that's 2 cables. It should be a piece of cake.
Okay. And then
I have one of the cables.
My 2 will be here as well. So and anybody
else. Dumb and Dumber?
No, we can pull in some more chairs and everything, throw the TV up. I think it'll be a great time.
Well, I mean, hopefully we'll be there, until we have a winner. And I would love to see people just stopping by the studio, coming down, having a beer, having a chat, giving us their opinions.
That could be interesting.
Hey, I think that'll be fun. I think we'll start pushing it.
We'll have to make sure that we tell people as they walk around the house not to be loud in front of Zay's window. But other than that, yes.
That's right. Very cool. Absolutely.
All right. Well, maybe I'll make a little event page.
All right, man. We'll get together and get it more figured out.
Mo
All right,
figured.
man. I'll talk to you
Mo
later.
figured. All right, see you later.
See ya.
Mo figured.
Mo
All right,
figured.
can
See you later.
Can we end this show?
So we're gonna be done now, y'all. My whole point through the whole thing, I've been the puppet master trying to run everybody to keep everybody twisted emotionally. I mean, like Mike.
What did I do?
But the whole point was just, man, why are people being the way they are?
Lou, I can't find what you sent me. Lou, you know, Friday night is 80s night.
It is not.
It's not 80s night?
I said it's 80s night.
Well, he said, okay, in the message, he said, I sent it to you.
I think he put it on he sent it to the fun page. He tagged the fun page in it, but what you would have to find is
I looked, I looked there.
Messages. Well, there's one that I say messages that somebody else has shared.
Right there. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't go all that. Oh, Dune, man. I love Dune. House of Atreides. Awesome stuff, man. All right. So let's see. It's going to be a quick sample of the 80s style music. We'll be playing at 8 p.m. Okay. So you're going to post that on Just Fun
Just
page?
did it.
Okay.
And I saw Dune was on the other night and I didn't watch it.
Oh, man. You know, there's like 10, 15 books.
There's
in that
books
series.
on it. Yeah, man. I wish they'd do
Whatever
do some
happened
more.
to that TV series?
I don't know.
There was a TV
There was.
series.
Yeah, but it was
started.
so minute.
Yeah, it had trouble.
All right, we're gonna get out, you guys.
Still watching Blue Bloods in the 3rd season. Man, Tom Selleck, man, that dude's an amazing actor. And Wahlberg, so impressed with Donnie Wahlberg. So yeah.
Anything I need to know about on Netflix? You said the Luke movie turned out to be garbage.
Luke Cage kind of blows. It's a series.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
How about the Jessica Jones or whatever?
I
Jessica
like
Jones is
that
really
one.
good.
I need to watch that then.
Yeah, it's very low key.
I've never watched The Ranch, but apparently the 2nd season just came out.
This first season sucked.
So,
it was just,
should I?
You know what it was?
Is it 30 minutes or an hour?
I don't even know, but I got to tell you this. It was literally everybody in the room is waiting for the other person to say the joke. Like, blah, 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 blah. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like this show.
And it's, it's all fake.
This is,
scenery
this
and
is all
everything.
fake. This is all unscripted.
Yeah, but
I am a king of non-scripted. That's what kind of caused the problem.
King of non.
When the Discovery Channel and I were supposed to be having conversations, I said, if we're doing a reality show, I want, when we walk in a building, the cameras be behind us and the microphones be behind us.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, we're not supposed to film the back of your head when you walk in a building. We're supposed to see you walk in the building. I said, then that's not reality, is it? Because that means the store owners already know who you are, and you're going, okay, we're fixing to do take 1. No, you're walking around with us, following us in and out of stores, and you're going to see exactly what the real people are going to see. And they wanted scripted, and I didn't.
Well, therefore, ergo, hence why we don't have a show on the Discovery
Yeah, but
Channel.
they weren't gonna, it was never gonna make it, not doing what they wanted to do. They wanted us fighting like Honey Boo Boo, and that ain't happening. Honey Doo Doo is the sheet. It ain't happening around here.
Yeah, they want the.
See how good that show went, right? It's gone, right? I don't know. I'm being sarcastic.
It's gone.
So, hey, we're out, man.
Oh, God, thank you.
10:42. We went over a little bit. People are still in, though. I'm looking at the views. It's still kicking along.
Yep.
Mikey.
What? I didn't do it tonight.
goober.
The World According to Mike. With variable speed.
Is she limping in?
She'll be limping in. Captain Pat. God, what's that dude's name running for taxes in Newton County?
I'll be here.
I'm hungry. Could you hurry?
And
We're
then
going to lunch.
I'm working on trying to get Victor here tonight.
Yeah,
as
Victor,
well.
another gentleman running for Senate.
And that wouldn't be a waste of your vote.
And we'll be drinking beer and solving world problems because, hey, that's what we do on The World According to Mike at 7 p.m. on Tuesday nights.
All right, we got to go.
See you, Mike.
Jeff is typing. He's still here. We'll see y'all later, everybody. Have a great day.
Still kind of
Bye, you guys.
Phew.